Hello, I'm Eagle Gardens one on Instagram, and this is fucking talking shit with Eagle, episode 688. Hopefully, you guys have had a great Friday and an awesome start to your weekend. Had a pretty good day myself. Oh, there we go. Fix that. Uh, Looking forward to speaking with this gentleman we have here. Of course, we have seen him in chat many nights and enjoyed his company, and now we get to meet him firsthand. Iceni Special Brands. Hello, cheers. How you doing, my friend? And tell everybody how you're doing and where they can find you.
Well, you can find me sitting on my couch most of the time. uh, yeah, but on my iceni special branch on Instagram, iceni on YouTube. But yeah, I do a little bit on the Strain Hunters forum as well. I do a little bit on there. But yeah, that's about it. My internet profile. I've pretty much only in the last few years actually discovered, socializing. I've been a lonely stoner most of my life. Yeah, I think it's maybe that's what most of us end up sort of like being a bit reclusive in our days. That's only through the modern age of technology and things and everything else, and your good self that sort of like maybe brought me out of my shell a little bit, and I started interacting with like-minded fellow people that I couldn't find that I have a commonality with and I click with. I feel like I've been part of this. I know a lot of people in the community for a long time because I've been chatting away in the chat rooms and everything else. So I'll just having a drink now.
Well, I know I enjoy your presence and company in chat. I know everybody else does as well. So, thank you.
That's all right. Sometimes I come in and I like to have a laugh and a joke because, it's what I'm here for is to enjoy myself and have a good time if I can. I try not to be negative, although I do find myself being being negative, and I know that's a bad fault of myself. And I do, if I do see it, I do try and sort of like snap myself out of it and try and rise above that and realise what's going on in the situation. But yeah, I know what the questions coming up is. When was the first time I met cannabis? This is the things I've been thinking to myself. What's ego going to ask me? I'll at least get my questions or my answers ready. And I'm just going to say to that is when I was a young lad, I'm probably about 8, 9 years old, hanging out with the older kids, watching what they're doing, and they're all congregating around, passing stuff about, and eventually it was I got past the roach, or a couple of puffs on the end of a joint, and I was like, wow, this just made me feel comfortable, and it was. I was always looking for a buzz, I was into doing things like glue sniffing thinners, in school, the stuff you used to correct your spelling mistakes with, Tipex they call it, marker pens, anything aerosol, deodorant, just sniffing that through a cloth. I was doing all sorts of weird shit just to cop a buzz and escape the reality I didn't feel that I belonged to. That was from an early age, and that's pretty much stuck with me my whole life. Is doing something just to cop a buzz, just to get away from the feeling of that I don't really sort of like feel right unless I'm not feeling right. If you get it in that way, uh, yeah, it's but from an early age is cannabis was the thing that remained constant throughout my life. I've always gone back to it, and it's almost like my second wife. You know, it's the first thing I think about when I get up in the morning. It's the last thing I'm thinking about when I go to bed at night. It's a big part of my life. It's sometimes I hate it because it is that demanding, you know, and it owns me as much as I own it. Yeah, you know, I can't live without it. Basically, yeah, I've got medical conditions which I was actually born with, but didn't actually get diagnosed until I was 35 years old. And I'd struggled most of my life to hold down a job because one, I don't play nice with wang. Sorry, my language with idiots, people, the boss man, the people that authoritarian type of people. Someone that's trying to tell me what to do, the same as the education system, any sort of systems. I don't tend to fit in, and I've managed to avoid most of the shit and the drama of my life just by staying under the radar. And you know where I'm at and everything else is it has to be that way anyway. So yeah, and moving on from that is getting a little bit older as a teenager. You know, we're getting into a little bit more things, a little bit more freedom, getting off the rails, getting into trouble with the law, you know, because there wasn't just the drugs that I was, or the drugs, the alcohol, whatever I could take and just to get a buzz. There was also the risks and the adrenaline from doing silly things, you know, that I'm not proud of now, but it's made me who I am today. You know, when I was between the ages of 15 and 18, I'd probably stolen, you know, a couple of hundred cars and broken into. I used to go around robbing shops and things like that. Never robbed anything like personal to anyone. It was always like a commercial premises, property, or something like that. And yeah, it wasn't proud, but it was feed funding my drug habit because as a young man that didn't have a job, that had a drug habit, I needed some way to pay for it. Then I realised after going to jail, going to prison a few times, realising that weren't really the first two times I went to jail. I was such a young lad and the big I am and had so much to prove that that was fun at the time. That was like almost a badge of honor. Oh, I've been to jail, you know, there's no sweat. And it was like that. It was a bit of a holiday camp because I went there, all my mates were there and everything else. But by the time I was, say, 17, I just become 17, 18, became a father for the first time. And I went to jail just after my first child was born, and just seeing the change in my firstborn, the time, you know, just between visits, it was a humbling experience, and it made me realise that, you know, when the first two times I never had nothing in my life, my parents had disowned me, you know, and I was living there. I left home, living. I moved out of my parents' house. I moved in with some prostitutes, and you know, I was up to all sorts of business, and without the parental figures and everything else, and yeah. So I'm just talking a load of shit there, really, just running on, but I'll carry on. Yeah. So from there, like I said, I had a child, and that made me stop doing crime and things like that. Anything that put me at risk of going back to jail again, I was like, no, I'm gonna have to knock that all on the head. the last time I went in, I was a little bit naughty just before I went in, and I I robbed. Well, I got robbed. I was, as you do, I was selling a bit of cannabis and whatever else, and I actually got robbed at knife point in my house. My girlfriend was pregnant, and yeah, it was a bit of a scary situation and everything, just and I found out who done it. About 2 years later, I was got my revenge, sort of thing, and yeah, it's sort of when karma's a bit of a bitch. I dished out some karma, but then it came back to me because when I got locked up in jail, yeah, the last time, I, this person that I done a wrong thing to had friends inside, so I was had to keep my back to the wall. There was people being paid to do nasty things to me and stuff like that, and yeah, it all got a little bit fucking crazy. And I was like, yeah, this is too much. I need to sort this shit out, grow up a little bit, and be a father, and leave all that shit behind. And that's essentially what I've done. I come out of jail. We moved away from everyone that I knew. Didn't tell anyone where I lived. I just left all that shit behind, pretty much. And I tried to get jobs, things like that. I even flipped burgers, and well, I didn't actually flip burgers, but I worked for McDonald's doing it sort of like industrial cleaning, going around with a steam cleaner and stuff like that. But yeah, that weren't a very pleasurable moment in my life. But when you've got to put food on the table, you'll do anything. So that was where I was at, just putting food on the table. Then I went to college after that and became a plumber. And I've done a City and Guilds course, and I've become a plumber. But I've never done it. I've never done a day's work out of it. Got the qualification, but never really digged on. Working for somebody else isn't for me. Working isn't for me. Never has been. I don't like fucking work. It's just enough to get. It's enough for me just to manage to see the day through. And I can't. The thing is commitments. I don't like commitments. If someone says to me, what maybe tomorrow and the next day I could probably commit to, but someone asks me something like, next week, I'm like, wait and see how I feel next week, because next week I might not fucking feel like. And I don't like to say to someone, oh yeah, I'll do that, or I'm all up for it, and then on the day I feel like shit because I can't guarantee that today or tomorrow I'm going to get out of bed and feel okay. I might just have the whole day in bed being sick, banging fucking headache, and I can't fucking move, and I feel like I want to fucking die, because that's how I can get sometimes. It's when you can't escape from your illness, and it's actually controlling you. So that's where I've been at for the last, is trying to stay ahead of my condition. And I didn't even realise until I was like halfway through, getting close to halfway through my life, that I actually have something fucking wrong with me, and a lot of my shit. People are calling me fucking lazy because I can't fucking hold down a job and fucking things like that. Because I'm not fucking lazy. I've got a weak body, essentially. I've got so much energy, and I have to be very fucking careful what I expend that energy on. Because if I fucking run out, shit's not going to get done. And then I'll start fucking slacking on my own shit. And, I'll start letting myself go and things like that. And it has a knock-on effect. Yeah, so trying to hold down a job, never been good at it. Never had a job for more than 5 years, and that was only because I only held that job for that long because I enjoyed the job. You know, it was just driving a forklift in a warehouse. And as soon as the management and that started trying to tell me what to do and that, I got sacked for, you know, gross misconduct, for abuse. You know, I always get told I'm threatening, intimidating, and aggressive, even though I'm not. I don't think I am, just because I'm a strong-minded person that will argue my point, and I won't just be a yes sir, no sir. If I think you're telling me to do something that's stupid, I'm going to tell you, no, mate, that's fucking stupid. You know, and like I say, a lot of these places that you go and work for, or you companies, I just can't do it. There's the click, man. It's like being back at school. You know, you got the jocks or whatever the fucking. I wasn't them. I wasn't one of them. I was always with the nerdy boys, the geeks, in the special classes and stuff, because the people that hang around on the fringe, they don't, you know, like I said, never fitted in. I'm one of them. Well, you know, I would imagine a lot of us in the weed community are. You know, we're unique, and we don't feel like we want to be part of the crowd, the in gang, you know. So yeah, I spent most of my life being a stoner loner from that point, never socialising. I don't go to the pub like most people my age and things like that. I'm not interested. I'm more happy sitting at home watching my fucking kids play and fucking be happy and fucking teaching them and giving them the wisdom and everything else that I've acquired in my lifetime, and not relying on other people to teach my children. Now I've got my grandson, and that's amazing, because it's almost like I'm getting 2 runs at it. I've got my grandson living with me in my house. You know, kids left home probably 5 years ago. My youngest left home, so we were left with an empty house and kicking my feet. I've got a lot of time, you know, and I'm like, but now I've got my grandson. It's almost give me a bit of youth back. I was feeling old, you know, but now I feel young again, because he makes me feel young, because I get down to the level of a baby every day. That's a fucking amazing. That is.
I'm glad that you got that. Yeah, I've recently kind of come across the grandbaby thing too, and I know exactly what you're talking about. It was just like an adrenaline shot or something. It did give me another breath of life. Makes you look at things a little bit differently, you know. What do I want him to find out? You know what I mean? When he asks questions and later, makes you stay walk a little bit straighter path, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, this is the thing, you know. I've always looked back with a little bit of regret that I spent a lot of my time medicated by the fucking system, because I didn't know no better. For some fucking reason, I fell into that trap like a lot of people do. You go to the doctor and you trust them, and they say, "Here, take these fucking tablets. They'll make you feel better." And they're like, take these tablets. They'll make you know, because you're feeling shit from all these tablets that made you sick, but you don't even realise it, yeah, because you're just in a trust situation. So you go along with it. And, you know, before you know it, you're 20 years down the line, you're addicted to opioids and fucking benzos, yeah? And you're like, where the fuck's my life gone? My kids are all grown up and left home, and I can't remember most of it. That's where, you know, and that fucking, well, reality check there, you know, it's like, that brought everything home to me. I was like, you know, I'm getting old. I'm falling fucking apart. I'm fucking. My kids are left home, and fucking, what have I got to show for it? You know, because I haven't even got the memories because I was medicated most of it, you know, and just the motivation of life was robbed from me, and I could see it now. You know, it's like when I was asked to go and do stuff with the family, and I'm always been like, no, you know. But now I kicked all that shit long time ago. You know, I don't do no pharmaceuticals. But fucking now, I've got motivation. I've got the fucking. But what happened? Because that was around probably 40 years of age. You know, I'd lost all my jobs. I'd been sacked. I'd been laid off. I'd actually scaled down what I was doing because I went from the warehouse work, which was a little bit labour intensive, and then I went to driving, doing delivery driving, sort of mini sort of UPS sort of style, just driving around dropping off parcels and to warehouses and whatnot. Then that got a little bit. I couldn't guarantee the days. So, you know, like I say, I can't guarantee that I'm going to wake up tomorrow and feel okay, let alone sit behind a wheel and drive all day. Then I started doing this chauffeuring business, and that was cool. I used to just pick people up from their houses, and I used to get a phone call and like, "Can you work tomorrow?" I'm like, "Yeah." You know, that was a case of on the day, sort of, you know, do you want to work tomorrow? And I could agree to it or not agree to it. There was no obligations, but they left me with an S-Class Mercedes. You know, to use at my expense, a fuel card. Yeah, and all I had to do was just answer the phone, go and pick up this person from their house, take them down to Heathrow or Gatwick Airport, Stansted, wherever, and in a couple of weeks later, you'll probably be picking them up and taking them back home again. So I'm just taking all these people that are doing these luxury tours and stuff. And that was okay. I've done that for that was the most exciting job because I got to hear it like yourself from doing this show. You get to hear people's stories. So whilst I was trapped doing these sort of like 2 to 4 hour trips with people, I'd hear their sort of like life story going out, where they've come from and everything else. And then when they come back, they give me all their travel. You know, we did this on holiday and we experienced this and that. And that was cool because, you know, even though I've not been well traveled, I feel like I am because I know a lot about. I know what you're going to expect and what you're going to experience when you go somewhere because of all the people that I've driven to and from holiday destinations, going all around the world, and come back and say, yeah, it's like this and that. You know, it's like the tourism industry. That is an industry in itself, and that's a funny one. But yeah, whilst I was doing that, this is one of my name dropping moments. I was asked to chauffeur for Leah Remini from the King of Queens, and I was her personal chauffeur for 3 days.
Wow.
So I was put up in a hotel and everything. And this was while she was doing a Scientology event down in London, around about 2005. And yeah, I actually picked her up from from Gatwick. They've got a private terminal there. All I knew was I was going to pick up Leah Remini. I didn't even know who she was. Yeah, they just said, you know, do you want this job? I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. Blah, blah. And went and picked her up. And there's her, there's a whole entourage. And we drive off, I'll take her back to a hotel. And she's like, what are you going to do? She's asked me to come in and have a meal and everything. She's a really fucking nice lady. You know, I haven't met many Hollywood people, but she's pretty fucking spot on. But I also got to meet Tom Cruise. That was he flew the plane that she come in on. That was mad. He flew the plane himself in the Gatwick airport and sort of like brought all these people to this Scientology event. But yeah, that was then her husband, Angelo Pagan, he joined us the next day, and they were like, because they called me Rusty. They're like, what do we call you? And I'm like, oh, most people call me Ginger, yeah, or Ginge, because I've got ginger hair. They're like, what do we? We can't call you Ginger. That's a girl's name, because I don't know. You call people ginger. It doesn't imply anything apart from you got ginger hair. But I think if you call someone Ginger in the USA, maybe it's a girl's name. I don't know. But yeah, they said we can't call you that. That's a girl's name. So I'm like, okay. So they said, what we're going to do? We're going to call you Rusty. So yeah, for the rest of the trip, they called me Rusty. I got on well with them so well. Yeah, they didn't even mind that the car stunk of fucking weed. Well, not weed, because I was smoking hash actually. But they didn't mind that the car smelled of hash. And she said she was talking to me about doing she can't wait to get some Vicodin and stuff like that. Angelo Pagan, he said, can I come after? Because I was only booked for 3 days. My company was like, if they gave me a number to give to them, they're like, if they want to book you again, tell them to ring this number. And Angelo, he was like, would you come and play golf with me tomorrow? I said, well, I don't know. It's company time. I'd love to come and play golf with you tomorrow. Yeah, I would, because whilst I was with them, life is different for these type of people, and I don't know. It is exhilarating. I was just caught up in this. Even though I was only a chauffeur, I was treated like part of the entourage. It's more. And yeah, I was just buzzing the whole 3 days. And he asked me if I wanted to go and play golf with him. I was like, yeah. But my firm was like, I can't remember. They wanted to charge him 1,500 quid just for me to go and play golf. And he was like, he said, you got an amazing personality, Rusty. He said, I'm not paying £1,500. I said, that's cool. I said, don't bother me. And even though I would have fucking loved to have done it, or, even though I was considering just calling in work sick the next day, just doing it off my own back. Yeah. That was the best time I've had in work. And ever since then, I haven't held out. I've come away from that job, and I've not worked ever since then. I just went back to the doctors and everything else, and I asked them, look into what's going on a little bit more and everything else. And they ended up writing me off medically. It's like, your neck's fucked, your neck's broken, your back's fucked, all this shit's going on. So the more you do now, you're degenerating quicker. When the specialist I went to see, and I look around in the waiting room, and they're all old people in this waiting room. I've got to see these specialists, and my condition is sort of like only something that, or at the time they were like, we can't understand why someone of your age has got these like osteoporosis and stuff. You basically just disintegrating your bones and your collagen and everything else. So they pretty much medically ripped me off. And then I was under the influence as well at the time of they're always still under the spell of they're going to fix me and treat me, and I'll get back to doing work and things like that, and I'll be able to maintain a normal life. It never fucking happened. They just test after test, and they started to get invasive, and they caused me more pain. they're doing things like root nerve blocks in my neck, and these were experimental at the time. Now they use an MRI, but at the time they were doing a blind, just sticking needles into your, near your spinal cord and just squirting shit into your neck. Yeah, I'm gonna make you laugh on this one though, Eagle. I mean, you want to talk about conspiracy theories and things like that because we love the wormhole stuff, don't we? All right. When I went for this root nerve block in my neck, the surgeon, I'm lying down in the table. It's like a massage table. You got your face in the hole. You're lying flat down. You can't see fuck all. This dude's feeling about in the back of my neck, and he's explained where he's going to put this needle and everything else, and he's put this fucking needle in. And I'm sure this cunt, sorry my language again, I'm sure he's sucking stuff out of my neck rather than injecting stuff into it. Yeah. Well, anyway, I have an adverse reaction. He paralyzes me. I'm starting to be sick through this hole in the table, and I'm like having a massive fade. You know, like when I'm fading out. I'm like puking up. He'd run out and got some nurses to come in and monitor me and stuff. And he said, I think we're going to stop here. And I'm like, yeah, no, I think you paralysed me too. And he's like, wait a minute. We'll just let it all settle down. It wasn't actually long that I was paralysed. But it scared him, scared me, scared these nurses. After about 10 minutes, because I have these events of being sick and being unable to do anything. They just come out of nowhere, and I'm just debilitated, and I'm just puke. Everything, it's like my body is saying something's not right. I'm going to reject everything. So I'm now starting to purge. And I go through this all the time. And normally after about 10 minutes, I can get over that. You know, as soon as I stop puking, 10 minutes, I'm good. You know. And what they do, they wrap me up, check with vitals, and send me on my way and let me drive home. But later on, I've had all these fucking issues, and I've done these after another 10, this is another 10, 20 years later, after this stuff they've done with my neck, I find out I've got this genetic mutation, and that they can take stem cells from people, which is hard to do because they normally can't do it whilst people are alive. Yeah. So they try and take these stem cells and they give them to other people. So, and if you've got a genetic mutation, you might be fortunate enough to be immune to something else because you've got this mutation. Your chain is broken. So certain diseases need to go down specific. So I've studied the shit out of this stuff since they told me what I had. I fucking hit the books. But fucking, if you have like certain viruses, bacteria and stuff, they need to go down a specific pathway to enter your body. You know, and it's like a chain of events that they have to cross through. So if you've got a mutation, essentially your chain that this virus needs to go through gets broken and it gets stuck. So around about this same point in time, they took some blood from me and asked me to come back in. And they said that we need to do another test because we found some anomalies in your blood. This is before they told me about my genetic mutation. I'm just stringing all this stuff together for this wild conspiracy of mine. Yeah, they said you might have HIV or hepatitis. Have you been in contact with unprotected sex and drugs, needles, and whatever? I'm like, no, I ain't. And there was no reason for me to have anything like that. But anyways, they've done these tests and they come back and they're like, yeah, you ain't got nothing wrong with you. Yeah. But for some reason, in my blood work, yeah, it showed them something that said I had something wrong with me, or that I had these anomalies that was curious enough for them to ask me to come back and give them some more blood. Well, anyways, this is before they started to take stuff out of my neck. But and I've done this research afterwards about these mutations and everything else, and that they can take your stem cells and they can give it to other people. So possibly, if I was immune to HIV because of my genetic mutation, yeah, they could essentially take my stem cells, give it to someone else, and cure them of HIV. That's how it goes. So CCR5 gene mutation. I don't know specifically whether I actually have that mutation. They've told me I've got this thing called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. It's called EDS. It's a genetic mutation in my collagen genes. So basically, everything that makes collagen in my body is affected. I have all these hypermobility, got all this sort of like weird stretchy skin and stuff, and it just sort of like just flaps about and stays there for ages. And yeah, I'm like I said, I'm falling apart. All my connective tissues just weak as fuck. Like if I try and do an abdominal crunch, I'll probably push my intestines through my abdomen because my abdomen's all separated. And it only normally happens when women give birth, their abdominal muscles separate. But because my body's weak, yeah, if I try and flex my abdomen, my muscles have separated. Yeah, so this is all this sort of shit I have to live with. And listen, something new every fucking day with my illness. And to be quite honest with you, they told me what, like, so I'm jumping here, I'm jumping there. Like I said, but where I'm trying to get at is getting all this knowledge and information. I didn't know for 20 years I was medicated. I didn't give a shit, really. I'm like, yeah, just give me the pills, give me the pills. I need more pills. What else you got? Let's stack these ones on, stack them ones on. And yeah, but as soon as I got to a point where all my teeth had fallen out, my daughter took a picture of me and fucking stuff and said, look at you, Dad. Yeah, you don't look right. I'm like, I know I fucking don't, but no one fucking cares. And do you know what the first thing I've done? I stopped drinking tap water. It was the first change I made. I bought a fucking reverse osmosis filter and I started drinking fucking reverse osmosis water. And I'm like, yeah, it's the shit that's in the tap water that's making me fucking ill. And this, I'm trying to search hard for what is the cause of this genetic mutation. I don't believe them. They've told me I've got this thing called this and that, and there's no cure. There's nothing they can do apart from put me back together when I fall apart. And there's nothing. And I don't believe that shit. I don't believe it. I just think they just don't know what it fucking is and everything else. But I know way more about my condition than any fucking doctor I go and see because they've never, on my rarity, they don't fucking study my shit. So when I go and see a doctor, it's just I'm banned from a lot of doctors because they don't like the way I talk to them now because of the invasive treatments, and I've realised they just mugged me off and took me for a cunt and made me fucking ill, and probably robbed me of a lot of my life. And I do put it down to them, and they should have known better than just to write me off with a prescription and say on your way. And they tried doing it to my kids as well, because my kids have got this, because my genetic mutation, I'll pass it on to my children. So now they have to go and see all the. They're trying to put them, my children, through the same shit they put me through. And I fucking jumped on that straight away. They tried to give him a fucking daughter at 17 or whatever. We say, oh, have some antidepressants, amitriptylines or whatever they were. I'm like, no. Yeah, and I said, yeah, I'm not having it. He tried to get my daughter to ask me to leave the room. They said, your father doesn't have to be in here, you know. She was like, no, because he's just going to say what I really want to say, but I'm too scared to. You know? But yeah, these medical people, mate, like I say, I'm really anti-system. I don't like it. It's all a game. It's all been played. Since I stopped drinking the tap water and I started, you know, I feel I've decalcified my pineal gland. My third eye's been open. I can see through the bullshit. I can see the game that I was stuck in all my life. I then started looking and reading. I'd never picked up a book or read anything before I started. Before I stopped drinking tap water, I've never been interested in nothing. But I stopped drinking that tap water. I stopped consuming that fluoride. Yeah, and I swear that fucking my life changed. And I'm like, everyone else has gone fucking mad. They're all saying I'm mad now. Yeah, everyone looked at me like I'm fucking crazy. My missus said to me, she's like, don't swear too much. I'm sorry. I realise I've been swearing like good, but this is fucking talking shit, you know.
Hell yeah. Feel free. Feel free to swear. You know, I just want to chime in a little bit here. As far as like medical conspiracies go, I've heard you mention stem cell, and you're like, your kid's hard to take them out of, a living, being. I think they harvest that shit from newborn babies, to be honest with you, and then are reselling it, as stem cells. Because in that afterbirth there, from what I have understood, is full of stem cells. And I've said we even as of late, when my grandson was born, I was like, man, it would sure be nice if we could put that on fucking tap for him. In case he needs it later in life. Bam, he's got his own stem cell bank. But I think that's where a lot of that shit comes from that they're selling from high dollar is just being swiped from, you know, people having babies.
Yeah. Well, not only that, the whole industry with that, you know, when you actually look into it, you go and donate blood. Most people think, oh, it's probably going to go to someone that's probably had an accident somewhere near where I live. They need some blood, and this blood that you've donated today is going to go to them in that hospital or near you. No, 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 no. You go donate to the Red Cross. They go sell that on the on the stock. You know, this is all traded. Yeah, so some big pharmaceutical company like GlaxoSmithKline or someone like that will go and buy all this blood. Yeah, it doesn't go and help someone that's having an operation. They'll go and buy it all, and then they'll go and take all the plasma out of it, and then they'll go and make medicine and pharmaceuticals, and then they'll go and sell that shit for profit. Yeah, and you've gone and donated that freely under some sort of fucking illusion. Yeah, that you're doing a good thing for somebody. Yeah, the whole fucking game is rigged against them. It's like I'm sure the medical people they know exactly what's going on. People are getting sick, dementia. They're getting all these new diseases. Yeah, fucking early in life, and they know exactly what it is. It's all the shit they're putting in the fucking food chain. It's all the shit we're fucking breathing. We're humans are being fucking attacked by the air, by the fucking food, and by the water. We're fucking or we have these endocrine systems, and we're surrounded by endocrine disruptors, and they know it, and they can take all this shit away, and they can ban them, and humans would then start to thrive. They wouldn't get sick. They would fucking they would get fucking healthy. They, you know, but because we're battling all this shit constantly that they're throwing at us, yeah, we're constantly in this state of fucking stress and flight or fight mode, and that's why a lot of us have got all these ailments and whatever, and lifelong conditions that probably could be solved by our own innate immune systems and our own. If we wasn't being having to fucking fight all this shit that's constantly being bombarded with us or bombarded on us, and it's rigged. I even spoke to the doctors about it, and I said I probably wouldn't be as fucking ill if I hadn't been fucking polluted at some point. You know, I personally think my genetic mutation in my family has come from Bayer. Yeah, my grandparents worked for Bayer. My father worked for Bayer. My mother worked for Bayer while she was pregnant with me. For fuck's sake, I worked at Bayer for a couple of months because I was stupid and I didn't even fucking know. But it was we've got a big factory where I live, you know, and it was like one of the best paid jobs around. You know, so all these sort of things are what's making people ill and giving people what they call them mutations. Yeah, all these fucking you've got chronic fatigue, you've got multiple sclerosis, you've got this, you've got fucking cancer. Yes, probably you've been poisoned and your immune system's been triggered into doing some weird shit. Yeah, like just the same with plants. You know, there's plants. You fuck, you give you their environment has a lot to do with everything. You know, whether your plant will thrive or not is you get put in a shit environment. It's going to struggle and it's going to have some weird shit going on sometimes. You know, give it the perfect environment, yeah, it's going to thrive and it's going to look healthy. And we're never exactly the same. It's just our environment are designed. I'm pretty sure it is. It's all a little fucking game to make us sad, to make us fucking ill, to make us in this negative fucking space where we're fucking, and they're feeding off this. The whole fucking system fucking revolves around fucking sick people. Yeah, they're feeding the doctors, everything. If the doctors are actually doing their jobs, yeah, you wouldn't have to go back. You wouldn't be sick. They're called doctors for a reason, because when you doctor something, yeah, you're trying to cover it up. It's, and the general practitioners, and they're just practicing. They're not actually, and they're using, they're not using legal medicine, because that would be stuff that actually has proven benefits and stuff. They're using pharmaceuticals. You look up pharmaceuticals and they're just potions and poisons. And how long have they been using the potions and poisons on us? It is crazy. I've done the research. I've looked into it. My mind is fucking clear. My eyes are fucking open. I can see the fucking game. And if anyone's got any sense, they'll just fucking study out everything that's fucking bad for you and try and avoid it. It's fucking hard because I tried it. I went from 13 stone down to 9 stone just trying to avoid anything that was bad for me. And there was hardly fucking anything left. If I couldn't find anything without any preservatives, anything, additives, numbers, fucking whatever. If I'm seeing some funny shit on there, yeah, no, I'm not. I wasn't gonna eat it, and I fucking got ill through it. But yeah, it is a struggle. It really fucking is to try and. Yeah, it's stressful. See, the other thing as well is sometimes I look back at that time I was medicated and blissfully unawares of what was going on. Sometimes I look at people and like my mum, my parents and stuff, and they look at me like I'm crazy when I talk about conspiracies and things like that. And I'm like, I told my mum and dad, or my mum, probably about 5 to 10 years ago, probably around about that time. I'm like, some point in time, Bill Gates is going to come and fuck with us all. I say he's fucking about with fucking mosquitoes. Yeah, I say he's genetically modified mosquitoes and fucking trying to fucking, and all of a sudden got these fucking babies being born with fucking weird heads and fucking Zika virus. I mean, yeah. And I told my mum, and she's like, "Oh, don't be silly," you know. I'm like, "He ain't got no fucking business doing all this shit." You know, I'm like, I tell them all these fucking things. They all come to fucking fruition. Yeah, look what's going on there and everything else. This little fucking cold that's going about. You know, it's just fucking. It's an interesting time to be alive. Don't get me wrong, you know, because only the fucking strong are going to survive. Really, I think this is like natural selection in its fucking finest sort of thing, but it's also a bit of a mental fucking game. I think they're playing a little fucking, you know. And from what I can work out normally, what they're telling you, the opposite is true. Yeah, it's only half truth and full lies.
I agree with you on the water thing, fluoride, the whole that as well. If I remember correctly, I used to listen to Alex Jones religiously there for a while. And I still enjoy watching it when I can. I mean, I had the app on my phone. I was like, boom, like every day. I'd be playing in it at work, kind of. But if I remember correctly, fluoride has a lot of the same effects to the body as Valium, correct? Kind of like dumbing you down constantly.
Yeah, well, you know when everyone was probably 20 years ago, there was a Prozac. Everyone was on Prozac, and they were walking around like fucking zombies. Yeah, because they were just fucking. That's the active ingredient in Prozac is fluoride. There's fluor. You know, it's an abbreviation. You know, it's some kind. I can't. It's fluoroquine or fluor, something like that. But it's essentially fluoride. It's what Hitler dosed up the Jews. Yeah, why these people walked to their death and did not just overthrow that man and the few guards that were fucking, you know, they knew exactly, they were just dosed up on fluoride, like the Prozac, yeah, but they were super dosed. And they realized since then, or I put this down to this is part of the depopulation agenda. When you look at it, the League of this was all controlled by the church years and years ago. The Black Plague and everything else. All the monks were going around depositing all these diseased rats. Yeah, and they were wondering how this fucking shit got spread so fucking quickly. Yeah, considering they didn't have the modern transport and the infrastructure that we did. If you believe, and you know, there hadn't been all these research, they didn't have modern technology at some point. Everything else, but you know, this was all down to the church, you know, and they've been responsible for depopulation humans for or men and women for a very long fucking time, you know, and they've gone for the easy targets, like they picked on women for a long time, and they still do, like you know, with it's not just the you know, like the Christians and it's the Muslims as well. You know, it's quite happy for them to stone their women to death and things like that. You know, when they wanted to stop babies being born, we need to fucking offer food women. Yeah. So what do? Let's invent fucking things called witches. Yeah. So we can label a woman a witch. Yeah. So when we kill them, no one has a problem with it because we said they were witches. Yeah, so it gave them a license to go and fucking kill a few fucking however many people they wanted to and call them something. They've just repeated these sort of patterns. Then it was took on by the League of Nations and the churches and the religions and didn't want to do it. Yeah, all things with birth controls, all these things all talked about behind closed doors. And the League of Nations was responsible for, and they ran the depopulation agenda for some period of time. And that was during this period of time that they discovered fluoride and they started introducing it into the, with Nazis. He'd done a lot of experiments with chemicals and things like that with Bayer. Yeah, Bayer actually made the shit that they were giving them. Yeah, and we trust them now. Yeah, to make our fucking crops. Bayer crop science. These people were fucking responsible for poisoning a lot of fucking people and making fucking chemical warfare weapons. Fuck me. They're making shit with our food and our food fucking industry and pharmaceuticals and everything else. It's fucking crazy. Roundup. Yeah. In 1974, they released that shit. And on a lie. Yes, that was another attack on humans. They said it doesn't affect humans because we don't have a schematic pathway. Only fucking things like bacteria, fucking algae, and fucking all these other microorganisms. Yeah, they have a schematic pathway, but we don't as humans. Yeah, but we do have a microbiome. Yeah, that does have a schematic pathway. So when Bayer said Roundup doesn't affect humans, that was a half lie. Yeah, because it doesn't really, essentially, it doesn't affect human DNA, but it affects our fucking microbiome, which is what, 80% of us, is the biggest part of who our flesh suits and our meat suits, what we're walking around is, 80% something else. But that's what Roundup glyphosate attacks. That's why everyone's got all these fucking gut issues and everything else, because they're consuming food that's been dried with glyphosate, even though it ain't been grown with it, might have been dried with it, just to make it fucking stored and last longer and shit. Fucking crazy. And I said, everything is against us is to be healthy. And I don't I have this real fucking hard problem. I'm only getting a little bit up about it now because we're talking about it. But generally, I let that shit go. Because I've spent 15 years fucking fighting. I always like a fucking Facebook warrior. I'm fucking against fucking Bayer and the system. I had this whole fucking group of fucking like exposing everything. And yeah, I was big into sovereignty and, trying, still am, I still have these, but I'm not active at it anymore because it was all consuming. It still is. Like I'm talking about it and I'm really passionate. I don't know whether you can tell, but I'm fucking passionate about fucking not being fucked by the system, and I can't help because we're all being fucked, and nobody's doing nothing about it. And I don't understand. And it stresses me fucking out. Is why are we all letting this shit go on? I kick off about it, and I've done so much fucking kicking off that they tell me I'm fucking mental, and they want to lock me up under certain sections of the Mental Health Act because I'm saying you're a bunch of fucking poisoning cunts, and I don't want fucking your treatment. So, and I explain to them, you work for me, you're my doctor, I pay your fucking bills, so you're sacked because you ain't done shit for me. In fact, I'm going to send you a fucking bill for fucking neglecting your care of duty. And I'll threaten my doctors. No, I will. I'll write to them and I'll say, you owe me £6,000. It's fucking, I'll find all these legal fucking documents that I can just write to them, threatening fucking, put a fucking lien on their business. Commercially, it's but the only thing this has really ever done is give me a harder time, because then all these systems talk to each other, and then I'll have the police come around my fucking house at random fucking hours and lock me up for fucking 24 hours and let me go and say, we ain't got nothing on you, we just thought we'd come and fuck with you, but this shit is, they'll stop my disability. They'll just be like, you've been used to this for like so long. We're just going to stop it randomly out of the blue. We're going to make you fight for it. You're going to have to go to court. You're going to have to go to all these tribunals and everything else. And basically, yeah, they drain you. The fighting the fucking system that fights, that it will fight back. And I've found the best way is to not play it anymore. I used to fight it. Now I just don't partake in it. And that's the way I fight it is not to entertain it at all. Yeah, I'm really curious now about signing things. You know, I don't sign any documents anymore, and if it does, it'll come with fucking sort of like under duress. I'm only signing this because it's under duress, because I feel like I have to, so I'll put, under duress. But I've actually tried to, this system that we're tied into, because we're ruled by consent. And this is the thing that I've struggled with all my life, is things like the cannabis. As far as I can see, it's a plant. It's made by God, made by nature. It's natural. And unless you're processing it and turning it into some sort of concentrate, it's a herb, it's a plant, and it can't be illegal, because nothing in nature can be. In the law, I've studied a bit of law, and acts of nature cannot be fucking judged against, because man can't fucking go above fucking natural fucking order, the creator, God, and if you want to look at it in other ways as well, because I've used this argument in the courtroom when I've been to court. It doesn't get you very far, but apart from probably being handcuffed and being held in contempt, but they get you to swear on the Bible, and their laws that they use against us have all come from Rome and fucking all this sort of shit. And they're using these maritime laws, acts and statutes, and they're not even laws, really. And they're being enforced by these magistrates that don't really have any jurisdiction over you unless you give it to them. Is a whole weird little fucking system that is like everything is assumed and presumed against you. It's like you used to be able to go to court and you were innocent until proven guilty. But it ain't so much anymore. You now have to prove your innocence. You're guilty until you prove yourself innocent. And unless you're capable of proving yourself innocent nowadays, you'll fall short of the law. You'll have fucking shit done to you that's fucking probably not even fucking real in my eyes. Like crimes, they'll take you to court and they'll call you a criminal, but there's no victim. And when you look at crime, the definition of crime, there has to be a victim. In order for there to be a crime, there has to be a victim. But I could get taken to court for smoking cannabis, because that's how it is where I am. I can get taken to court for smoking cannabis, and the Queen becomes a magic victim. It's if I've done her some damage, but it's all make believe. That they try and make you own that they try and pull it over you. That you'll just accept that we told you the Queen is your victim. You've broken the Queen's rules, so she's a victim. No, fuck the Queen. Who the fuck is the Queen? To me, she don't know me. Call her in here now, and get her to pick me out, and ask her, if she actually really does mind that I just smoked a spliff. Because I really would like to know that question. Does she really care that I just smoked a spliff? And they look at me like I'm fucking mad, you know, and I'll get I'll get the highest sentence they can give me, even though it won't be a jail sentence, but whatever fine they could give me, they would probably give me the maximum and everything else. Yeah, and I'll have to pay the Queen as well. That's another thing. I have to pay the Queen victim compensation. And we have these, like I said, victimless crimes. And these courts that work for corporations. That's all it is. Our government is a corporation that has a rule book, and it's a company rule book. And we're employees of this company because we were born employees when our parents fucking gave us up and said, "Here, I want to register my baby, yeah, and give him to you. He's now your employee of the United States Corporation or the United Kingdom Corporation or whatever fucking corporation your birth certificate belongs to. Yeah, we're going to give you away, and because of this fact, you're now bound to all these fucking acts and statutes and these corporate rules, the company handbook. Essentially, that's all that is a company fucking handbook, and we get took to court for breaking fucking laws in a company handbook. They're not laws. Laws are fucking things like if I come and fucking hurt you, cause you any loss, cause you any harm or injury, yeah, then you can use a law. If I come, you would get that. If I murdered you, they would say it would be contrary to common law. These are called common laws. Yeah, because we all agree to them that it's wrong to do these things. But these other things they call acts and statutes. Yeah, we don't get a say in them. They're all decided against us or whatever, and we would never agree to them. They would never become common law. Yeah, because would we agree to a law that makes us guilty of a crime for smoking a joint? No, we wouldn't. There wouldn't be that many people, and that's why these things don't get voted on. That's why they call them acts and statutes. They can't make them law because we would never agree to them. They use this shit against us by contract. That's another thing. I spent a lot of I want out of the contract. I want to break the contract. And there's a lot of shit you have to do. There's ecclesiastic depot and fucking things like that. We're in a blood cult. They took a prick of your blood and your soul print when you were born, and that's all gone to the Vatican. These are all traded on the stock market as well. It's some fucking weird shit. There's when you look at it, even though you might not believe it, these people do. Yeah, that are taking our bloods. Yeah, they take a little prick from your baby's foot, and they take a picture of you, or they take our fingerprints, but they take the baby's soul prints. Yeah, the Vatican owns the souls. This is the evil fucking shit that fucking I fell down that fucking rabbit hole, and I'm like, I don't like it. I want out. What the fuck is going on? Why can't everyone else just see what it's all about? Because I don't know. It's just it's a weird game. I even got to a point where, I do think a lot of people are like these non-play. I've got this new thing going on where I do think it is all a bit of a simulation, and there is some fucking. This is just an avatar. I'm just an avatar here right now. Yeah, I'm not part of that fucking collective though. That's the fucking thing. Yeah, is I'm not part of that collective. I never fucking have been, and I never will be. And that's why they try to medicate me from a young fucking age, because I see at the early fucking ages, like, yeah, you're talking some bullshit. What do I need to know this shit for? What am I coming to school for? Fuck off. Sorry. And like I say, when I've got my getting back to it now, with the grandson. And because I'm now aware and awake and everything else, oh, I tried so hard to get my daughter to create her own birth certificate. You can do this thing. You can create your own, and you can register. But it's yours. You're not owned then anymore. But she fell into the fucking trap and everything else, and it's hard for me even trying to get my family to. But I'm blessed that I've now got this knowledge and information now, and I get to put this into my grandson's head. in a way, my family were like, "You're fucking mad, and you shouldn't be doing that." Yeah, but I don't know.
I'm a big believer in the sim kind of conspiracy, if you will. I really think it's true. There's many things that kind of tip the scale for me. First thing was like manifestation. You know what I mean? Being able to see things and actually kind of trick the mind into making it, real for you. And I've seen it time and time again. I know other people believe in it. You know what I mean? And I think that's us kind of a glitch in the matrix, basically, that we've kind of, a few have figured out. Secondly, again, I want to confirm that I'm a huge advocate for this theory because at some point what we did in real life really kind of faded. You know what I mean? It started early on with the Amex, basically, when they started keeping tabs of what you did with your money. Every time you swiped your card, that went to the annex. You know what I mean? And they have a file of you. And based on what you purchase, they have, a nice little idea of who you are, what you like, blah, da, da, da. And that was early on before we got the cell phones and all that good shit. And then once that kind of came into our lives, social media and shit, it fucking, what we did in real life kind of really was nil. They want the data. They want to know what we're doing, why we're doing it. You know what I mean? And at some point, I almost think, as far as I've said this to a few people too, that we could actually be, as far as like, we're either as Sims part of like a supercomputer that's like trying to play out every scenario to figure out either the past or the future, or we're building it now with what we're doing with our data. You know what I mean? What they're doing with that, who knows? But I'm right there with you on the sim kind of thing.
I'm open to everything, really. I had this theory some time ago, like everything repeats itself. I don't mean about the past and the present and the future. I mean about from I don't know, because I've never seen this shit. I'm just talking about what I've read, and because it's not first-hand knowledge. This is what I'm talking about. So I can't verify it and really give it any fucking validity. But from common understanding, yeah, we have things like atoms and neurons and fucking things that all spin and revolve around each other. Yeah, from the micro, yeah, or right up. And we are just one part of this, if you could look at an atom and whatever's spinning around that, the neutrons and everything else, we're spinning around a ball. Yeah, and if they say we're on a ball, I'm not down with that theory. Well, whether we're spinning, whether we're on a flat plane. I ain't got a fucking clue, but we're not on a spinning fucking object, yeah? And all these things are spinning around and revolving around, causing events and reactions. And we're no different. Just the same as the microbes and everything else are just going around. You know, you can go up a level and you can go up a level and you go up a level. And all it looks like is people or just life or whatever it is just going around doing its fucking thing. Yeah. And it repeats from the fucking smallest to the biggest. And if they're saying all these fucking the stars and the planets and everything else is all revolving around and everything else, it's like when you look at an atom, but it's just giant, bigger, yeah, and everything between is what is just a big pattern of events of from the small to the biggest. Or we're just all part of one big giant fucking living organism. And we're just like the microbiome of the organism in the kneecap. You know? Some shit like that. Or the simulation theory works with me too. Yeah. We could be just in a little fucking sandbox. Yeah. We're not allowed to go on and experience the next fucking level until we crack this one. Yeah. Because if we let you into the next one without fucking all these experiences and without all this fucking acquired knowledge and everything else, you're going to fuck up the next one. Yeah. That's why you got to come back. You got to come back. You got to come back until you get it fucking right. Yeah. Until you realize, see the key, maybe, or we come to the end. Or I don't fucking know, but I think we do keep coming back. Yeah, until fucking we're being recycled. You know, I got some weird fucking experiences when I was a kid, and life just began at fucking a certain point in time for me. You get given a birth date, you get given a name, yeah, but can you remember it? Were you there? You don't fucking know. It's all allegedly, isn't it? So I'll use that in the courtroom as well. When they ask me to speak my name, I'm like, everything's alleged. I don't fucking know. These people could be lying to me. They gave me this birth certificate, yeah? His call could be one big fucking giant psyop, yeah? And this isn't fucking real, yeah? You're all figments of my imagination, and everything's just fucked. But whatever's fucking going on, I think people are coming awakening from it. It's a strange thing that, from my eyes, I look at events over recent history. It started with Iraq, overthrow their thingy, Libya, fucking. Then we had the Arab Spring. Then we had the Yellow Jacket protests. We had the Brexit leaving the EU. We had fucking the protests in China. We had all this shit kicking off around the world. People were saying, fuck the governments. We're out of fucking enough. You take this for a bunch of fucking silly people. Then what happened to COVID? The world was about to take its fucking people were about to take their rightful place in this fucking world. Yeah, and put the government back in its position, and that's below us fucking men and women. They work for us. We don't work for them. They work for us. We pay their wages. We're about to put all that fucking right. Yeah, and then they put fucking COVID on and fucking said, actually, no. Yeah, we need to roll out this fucking shit because these people, yeah, are getting wise. We shouldn't have given the fucking internet, yeah? Because now they know our game. We used to have to hide these books away in certain fucking libraries and stuff and keep all this hidden knowledge and stuff, and you weren't allowed to see what we were doing. Now you can just go fucking find this shit on the internet. People have gone in and whistle blown and fucking things like that. We've got all this communication nowadays, Yeah, they can't hide shit anymore from one side of the world to the other instantly. Yeah, it can go that quick. So they fucked up, gave us the internet. We started to realise they're playing a big fucking game against us. We're waking up. We can see we can research and do all this fucking information and find out what's good for us, what's bad for us, even though they tell us anyway, because that's part of the deal. Well, I'm pretty sure in order for them to get away with all this bad shit they do to us, they have to tell us they're doing it to us first. And then they can't feel guilty. Yeah, it's like me telling you, don't touch that hot coal because you'll burn your fucking hand. Yeah? You go and touch that hot rock coal, yeah? I ain't gonna feel bad. Why should I feel guilty now? So it's exactly what they tell us, yeah? Don't eat don't eat the high fructose corn syrup, yeah? Don't eat the saturated fats because it'll give you fucking heart attacks and things like that and fucking diabetes, yeah? But do they stop you from doing it? No. They're just, no, come on, fucking pump this shit out into you. Come on, you have some more. Yeah? But we're not going to feel bad about it. You see, this is the whole fucking twisted fucking shit that's been. I struggle to get past. I really fucking do. It's everything is not how it's supposed to be. We were about to fucking get it back, or I thought we were about to get some shit back, and they said, "No, we need to put these people back in their place, these men and women. Yeah, we need to stop them from being men and women, and we need to make them citizens again, keep them as citizens on our citizenship, on our ship, on the fucking dirty waters, yeah, that you were born onto down that birth canal." Yeah, and you get to get your passport. Yeah, you get to do all this commercial shit. It's fucking no. Yeah, I've tried so much. Yeah, it's like I can't understand. It's like is a fucking game inside the game. Yeah, it's weird, and it's like, and it's all. COVID was we're screwed with that one. They done exact. I think they've done what they wanted to do with COVID, yeah, and that was to train AI to recognise people with a mask on. So what they've done, they went and got everybody wearing masks, present an ID, scanning fucking stupid barcodes and fucking shit like this. Yes, they're in front of a fucking camera with their mask on, showing their ID. Yeah. So now, if you want to go out and protest against your government, yeah, with your mask on, and you think you're anonymous, think a fucking again. Yeah, if you've been out and done this COVID shit, scanned with a fucking mask on, you're not ever going to get away with being anonymous anymore. With all this biometric data and fucking probably eyes and fucking everything else. They've got us. Our mobile phones have probably been at it as well. They probably ain't said it yet.
Oh, brother, as far as that goes, the mobile phone and the biomatrix, fuck yeah. That's why they tricked our kids into fucking Snapchat filters and all this other shit so they'd hold the phone to the face so the thing would measure all your points so they could build that into a data point of you. Yeah, that and tags. Man, yeah, I don't do the face filters. I don't do none of that shit. I've always been a big advocate of like, don't tag me and shit. You know what I mean? Because even if whatever it is that they tag you in, there's a file like we were talking about with all those tags. It all goes right over there. This is him. Yeah, no.
Your IP address, that's your internet prison number.
Yeah.
There's a few. It's like you're all about this file. They've been keeping a file on you since you were at school. They were psychologically profiling you from day one. Your prospective employers can go and read your school file. Yeah? And your fucking reports and everything else. You've been fucking studied and fucking predicted your whole fucking life. We all have. They've been playing this fucking manipulation against us. Yeah, we've been blinded to it all with this. Like I said, their game only works. Yeah, if you fucking take their potions and their fucking poisons, and they're getting you with it. You know, if you're not fucking taking it from the doctor or getting prescribed it, yeah, they're getting you in your water or fucking somewhere else. You know, and this all makes their game work a little bit better. Because what I call fluoride, the way they have it at the moment, they don't have it so you notice it. Yeah, they've got it on the legal, what they call the legal limits. Yeah, and they now say it's natural. Fluoride is not a natural product. Yeah, it's just got into the groundwater. Yeah, so they're now saying some of it can be natural. Anyways,
Fly. All right, let's back up and stop there again to the fluoride. Isn't fluoride basically a bio waste that they
effluent.
can't do anything else with? So they decided, well, put it in the water.
We can't dispose of it anywhere else. Humans, right? When we talk about plants being bioaccumulators, what do you think we are? We are the biggest bioaccumulators. Yeah, that's how they get rid of it. You know, we can't get rid of this fluoride shit. We can't hide it. You know, it fucks everything up. Yeah. Let's trick the people and tell them it's good for their teeth and their bones. Yeah.
You know, the biggest, I mean, I soon when I started like paying attention to like fluoride, even somebody in chat pointed out aluminum. Aluminum's terrible for you. Deodorants all have that. You'd be surprised what has aluminum in it. But as far as like fluoride goes, after I really, really started learning on what it does to you and what it, I couldn't believe that I walked by like the water jugs in Walmart. And yeah, let's talk fluoride, baby. It was in the jugs for the babies. Babies, no teeth, no nothing. Make your bottles with this fluoride water. I'm like, what? What? You're trying to dumb them right down from baby? I mean, it's yeah.
That's
Yeah.
just like Calpol. Yeah. There's what you call acetaminophen, Tylenol. Yeah. Tylenol, the baby medicine. Fuck it now. Come on now. Yeah. It weakens the baby's fucking blood-brain barriers. Yeah, it weakens our blood-brain barrier. Yeah, and it destroys your glutathione. It reduces glutathione. Glutathione is the most powerful antioxidant that we make naturally. Yeah, and it depletes glutathione. So you take one dose of fucking Tylenol, acetaminophen, paracetamol, all the same fucking thing. Yeah, it fucking depletes your glutathione and it weakens your blood-brain barrier. Oh, but it does bring your temperature down. Yeah. Right. But the fucking shitty thing is they've marketed it as a fucking baby medicine and they tell you give it to your baby right after you give them a vaccination. Just to push that vaccine in, get across the blood brain barrier a little bit further, yeah, because we're gonna weaken it, yeah, with some Tylenol. Fucking cunts. I'm sorry, yeah, but that's how I feel about it. And you speak about aluminium, yeah, aluminium is an adjuvant of fluoride. Check that shit out, mate. Yeah. So basically, right, what they've done with the aluminium, yeah, is trying to make their fluoride work more. Yeah, you like you say, they finding all these fucking little ways. Look, the shit they spraying out the aeroplanes, mate. Yeah, like the barium and the aluminium out of the aeroplanes. And when you know, it's another weird fucking, but all this fucking shit's a game. Yeah, they're playing fucking games, mate. But when you put barium and aluminium in a periodic table, yeah, and it's BAAL, ball, they're spraying ball on us. Oh, fuckers, mate. Seriously. But anyway, should we talk about growing some weed?
Absolutely. Absolutely, my friend. 100%.
Yeah,
So I guess when was the first time that you cultivated the plant?
there you go. I suppose it was probably some bag seed. I was left home, got my own place, little flat, and back probably 30 odd years ago, probably about 17, 18. And you was just throw the bag seeds in a bucket, didn't have drainage holes because I didn't know what I was doing. Back in the day, I got hold of this book that was like, wasn't even a book, it was just 100 pages printed off called How to Grow Marijuana or yeah, I think it was How to Grow, it might have been How to Grow Cannabis. I can't even remember who it was by, but it was like 100 pages long. It just said things about, you need slightly acidic pH. It said about the color of the spectrum of the light and stuff like that. Just basic stuff. Didn't really sort of just breeze through it. Didn't really pay any attention to it. For this is what do I need instructions for? Throw the soil in, throw it in a bucket with some dirt that I just picked from the shop. Spoke to probably someone else that knew what they were doing, and they gave me at the time some of these crystals in a little like camera film case, just a little tub full of these purple crystals. And it was John Innes something or other, which is a local UK company. Salts, basically. What I know it as now, but I didn't know nothing at the time. It's just plant food to me. And basically, the plant was growing all right until I thought, oh, I'm going to use this plant food. Mixed up, just killed it straight away. Didn't really fucking do nothing about that for quite a while after that. I was like, yeah, give it a go, whatever. And probably 10 years later or so, I'll give it another go. We'd moved. I got a little bit fucking, wiser. Couldn't afford to pay for my weed. So I needed to do something. Yeah, because I wasn't going to give up weed. So I was probably doing other things to pay for it, like selling it and just wheeling and dealing, basically, just to finance my own habit of consuming weed. It wasn't anything else. I wasn't addicted to anything else apart from, because I was being prescribed at that point in time anyway. So that was it. That was another reason why I fell in the loophole of getting a prescribed medication, is because I couldn't afford to buy the fucking weed. Yeah. So I couldn't afford the good medication, but my doctor would give it to me for free, or give me something for free. Yeah, that I could get a buzz off. I could just escape the reality that I was in, whatever. So yeah, that led me down that path. Then it got to the point where I'm like, I'm still smoking the weed. I'm doing both, probably doing all sorts of things, but I'm looking at this is financially hard on me. My partner's complaining, we need to buy this, we need to buy it, we always need to buy something. But, it was at the point in time where I'm like, I need to fucking sort something out. So if I grow it and I provide it for myself, no one can fucking say anything about how much I'm fucking spending, or I won't be spending anymore. Yeah. So no one can complain about it anymore as being a they can't use that argument. Yeah, that's the one of the problems. With getting young people, encouraging them into a habit that's costly. I wasn't keen on my son. He's a grown man now, and he smokes. But I wasn't keen on the. I was no, I was in two minds. I'll tell a lie. I wasn't keen on. I was in two minds about it. I was like, yes, my boy smokes weed, yeah. But I was then like, oh shit, he's gonna have all the same problems I fucking had, trying to fucking finance his fucking weed habit. Yeah, because I know what's gonna happen. Because I've got an addictive personality. I can't just smoke one joint every now and then. No, I smoke joint after joint after joint after joint. It's the way it goes. You don't fucking and that's expensive. Unless you grow, that's expensive. At the minute, I had to take a break for a little bit from growing because I had some issues and authorities and everything else. So I had to put it on pause for a little bit. And that's fucking killed me, mate. I'm spending nearly £200 every fucking week just to support my weed consumption until I fucking my next harvest comes through. And that's hard to do when you're on disability benefit, So fucking and trying to I've always felt that pressure of how expensive cannabis is. Yeah, it's ridiculous considering it's just a fucking weed. It's not fucking rocket science. Yeah, the only reason it's expensive is because it's fucking illegal and the risk that's involved. Yeah, but apart from that, yeah, ain't no fucking shouldn't be anything no different than a fucking apple or a fucking or some lettuce because the cost in producing it is negligible. Yeah, between so I've never this fucking whole commercial side of things. So I don't like you guys where you've gone commercial over there and you legalise it. I'm a little bit scared for you all that you've gone and fucking told the government exactly where you all are and what you do and how much you got and things like that. That's all scary shit. Like that could be used against you at some point when they want to take it all away from you if they want to. And yeah, just to find if the finance has gone out of it, a lot of fucking shit would a lot of people would get help that they can't afford. Even though they don't even realise they need their help, yeah, or they could use that, but it's out of their price range. Yeah, so they like gone to the doctors and whatever and gone down that fucking route, or they've picked up alcohol or something else and self-medicated that way, or they're doing whatever. Yeah, not. I always worried about my son falling into the trap of going to work, but I did, and spending a half or three quarters of my month's wages paying back my dealers what I'd fucking consumed up until I got paid. So I was always living on that fucking credit fucking system. Yeah, and never really getting anywhere, getting stuck in a fucking constant loop of paying back. I didn't want that for my son, but he's got a wise head on his shoulders, and because his dad's such a fucking cool geezer, a cool man, yeah, I support his weed habit. So everything I grow, I give him half, straight down the fucking middle. But there's one condition: he has to trim it.
Nice. That helps out.
Back to growing weed anyway. Yeah. Later on, back at that time, it was just using some bodged up street light, been ripped the guts out of a street light, and strapped to a fucking plank of wood, and the bulb was just dangling about big old sort of Sonti bulbs. I think they were the first time I got into it. The second time, about 10 years later, progressing on, I'm like, yeah, I need to get do this myself, take the financial pressures off and everything else, stop all the negative stuff that's coming at me from my partner about how much money and everything else I'm consuming on it, and started growing in a 3 foot space, 3 foot high by 7 foot long, and probably 2 foot wide. And I had 4 T8 tube lights, and this was underneath my stairs. I grew some of the dankest weed under them 4 tube lights. No word of a lie. Yeah. And I've always been sort of chasing that from right even now. Yeah. The terps and everything else is gone. You know, everyone describes this. The weed isn't what it used to be. At some point in time, the weed was just so fucking stinky. Yeah. No matter what I did, you could smell my neighbours or people walking past my house outside would be like, you must be growing weed. You know, and I was it's
It's
like
always a compliment, I thought.
like, whoa, you know. But yeah, I've almost been chasing that ever since. And I'm like, I used to produce weed like that under them T8s, yeah. And I was growing in small little pots, probably half a gallon, up to the lights. And the plants were growing in the lights and down the lights. You know, I was training them to grow in the lights. They didn't burn, you know, growing under T8s, they're 40 watt bulbs. They weren't burning at all. So you could grow them actually into the bulbs. And that was just fucking really nice, really dank. Didn't know what the fuck I was doing, really. I was just using this bio-biz stuff occasionally. Yeah, just throwing that in there. And it was stanky, fucking sticky, fucking gooey ass, fucking lovely fucking weed. And I've been, ever since then, after a couple of crops in there, I'm like, yeah, I can now sort of like invest in a little bit of equipment. So I've moved from them lights into a tent with a HPS. And I'm like, I'm gonna kill it now. I'm gonna fucking rock this shit. You know, if I do that with the T8s, now I've got a fucking HPS, I've got a fucking extractor fan and things like that. All the shit I've never had. Yeah, I'll just have lights, fucking lights in the cupboard and some random soil. And fucking, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna kill it. But never produced anything as stinky as what I did under that fucking stairs. Don't know whether it's the location, but I've always thought, you know, this is an upgrade. But it didn't upgrade. It didn't. You know, it had some benefits. Don't get me wrong. I could get more product, but the quality had gone way down. And I don't know whether it was just me that I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know how to use it properly. You know, I didn't know nothing about VPDs and things. I just put the shit in a fucking tent, just fucking rocked it, and fucking for the appropriate times. And just, if it's too hot for me, it's too hot for the plants. And that was pretty much how I was judging it, sort of thing. But yeah, I got some all right weed and stuff, and we got some, like I said, some nice crops out of the tent. But I always struggled. I didn't like the tent. I always thought, because I'm a clumsy cunt. So I realise I swear a lot, and sometimes I don't like it. I need to listen to myself twice, and and it puts me off because I do swear a lot, and I'm like, who is that? But anyway, I'm really clumsy. So where you unzip the tent, and you've got like this 4-inch flappy bit. The amount of times I've tripped over that and took my whole tent out. Yeah, lights falling out, pulling the light down, the whole tent's just come down. I'm just constantly doing stuff, or just tripping and dropping whole plants and things. I still do it today. I'm still really clumsy, but the tent was really bad for it, and I didn't like the way it collected dust around 2 walls because it was up against two walls, and unless you've smart and you may realise you need to pull that away from. I didn't have the space to make so I could get around there every day and sort of like tidy and sort of like dust and clean and things like that. It was just a breeding ground for things like spider mites and all that dust. Yeah, the collector on the outside of your tent. And I was noticing when you unzip your tent, you disturb all that dust that's fucking been stuck to your tent, because your tent is almost like a filter. Everything sticks to the outside of it because you've got this sort of like pressure or negative pressure, or I was sucking the air. It was almost like all the tent sides were always sucking in when I was using it, because I had, wasn't aware of everything correctly. So yeah, it was all the dust and everything. You unzip it, or you could see all the dust blow in there and stuff like that. But like, oh fuck that. Plus the restriction on light height. I never liked that. Because, I'd be growing these plants and they're always hitting the fucking glass on the light, and I'd be fucking getting light burn and fucking shit like that. So you were limited on the size of the pots you could use because of your ceiling height. So you had if you had a big pot, a fucking small ceiling, you left with like fucking 3 foot grow space. I'm back growing under my fucking stairs. So I'd done away with the tent, and up until I'd done away with the tent, I also was organic. I always used bio-biz as my nutrients. That's what we used, or was available here and was rated. That's what the dude in the grow shop suggested, so I used it. Never went away from it because it done me all right. Tried because my brother grow cocoa and he done the bubble ponics and everything else, and I'm like, yeah, it's fucking the size of I was just amazed at how quick it grew. Yeah, and I thought I'm gonna just give this a bit of a fucking go. Failed miserably. So I've tried running cocoa once with Canna and fucking Jacks, and yeah, failed. So at the same time, that was just trying a couple of plants. Never, I'd never be stupid enough to switch my whole fucking room out and fucking be like, yeah, I'm going to try something new. No, because that would just be silly. But fucking, yeah, that didn't work out. But anyways, going back to the organic, or I realised bio-biz was organics, and I did realise the difference between the salts and the organics, and I was happy that I was using the best that was available to me at the time. And then I started thinking, I've got to be able to do better. I'm starting to think to myself, this tent business is pissing me off. I'm not getting the results that I expected to be getting. I'm seeing these people on the internet pulling pounds fucking for light and stuff. I'm like, I'm not doing it. I'm lucky if I'm getting fucking 8 to 10 ounces. And fucking, I'm like, I need to fucking sort it out and fucking look at it a bit more. And this was all at about the time probably that I stopped drinking the tap water. Yeah. So I'm able to now ingest and understand what I'm actually reading or watching, because I do a lot of that. Most of the knowledge and stuff I've picked up is probably watching YouTube. If anything breaks, and I don't know how to fix it, I'll go and watch a YouTube video, learn how to do it, and then go and fix it myself. It's that's how fucking the internet, or like the internet has got for us these days. If you are able to use it as a tool, because that's the way I look at it, it's a tool. It's an ends to a means. It's not my life. It doesn't give me excitement and things like that, and I don't get what a lot of people on their Instagrams and their Facebooks and stuff. I do the Instagram, but I don't care about it. Yeah, that's why nearly every video I've ever posted is copyright fucking infringements. The amount of what I don't give a shit. They can take my fucking Instagram away tomorrow. I don't care. Yeah. And it's the same with my YouTube and everything else. I ain't got nothing to sell. I'm not selling nothing. So you can take that shit away from me. I'll just make a fucking another one. It doesn't really fucking bother me. I can easily make the people that I've come to be friends with, which is especially your community, because all this internet is, before I got into watching your show, I was never interested in speaking to anybody else. I'll just watch a few videos and fucking shit like that, or go and look at something, read something. But since I met you, I've met all these people in the chat, and I've joined this Discord, and and it started with Gus, really, Gus, and a couple of other people on Instagram. I might, like Miranda, I'll go and watch his videos and join in his live and have a little bit of chat, and I'd interact just like I was in your group, and it's the same people, and I'm finding these people are everywhere. I'm going in Fumidor, and all these other YouTube similar programs, because when the algorithm obviously is fucking doing this and it's throwing us all together, because it's suggesting stuff to me that Eagle viewers watch, so either I'll have a section on my YouTube and it said Eagle viewers also watch this, and so she'll get it up as a suggestion. So you go and watch something, and you'd be like, oh, and I've come to it, like Michigan Pro shows, and it's funny, like Michigan's a really big fucking theme, in my internet or YouTube, and fucking the people I speak to and chat to and stuff. It's like it's a commonality, and I'm sure it's like the algorithm. And maybe at some point I might even put that I was in Michigan, as when they ask you for your location or whatever. I'll probably put somewhere that it was not red. It might help me give me a little leeway of not getting taken down or whatever. But yeah, so I'm learning shit on YouTube, and thinking I want to learn how to grow better weed. And I'm watching. Obviously, I fell into the Grow Boss, Subcool. I like Subcool, but only in small doses. But that's just me, because when I'm a bit, I can get put off by loud, ego people. And I find Subcool was very, very loud, and one of those people, just like the Grow Boss, a big personality, should I say? And I'd sometimes shy away from that, and I don't know whether it's just a fault I've as a personal thing, and I'm like, I can small doses. It's just like children, small doses. It's bedtime's got to come soon. Sometimes, you need to. It's one of those situations. So I'm learning to fucking grow. I'm watching YouTube, and I'm going through all these fucking, all these people that seem to know what they're talking about. I like to fucking, because I was interested in you know, the process. So I'm obviously looking at subcool because he's got super soil. That was probably what I was looking at, using his super soil and everything, or looking at the ingredients, just grow tips. That's what I'm watching YouTube for. I'm looking for grow tips. And I'm not interacting. I'm just watching. I'm not. I didn't even know they'd done things like live streams and live videos and shit. I'm probably just watching shit that's probably ancient. Yeah, it might have been fucking recent when I was watching it. But then I got on to Brown Guy. Well, yeah, I'm not sure if it was Brown Guy or Mendo first. Yeah. But they had I think it was Mendo because I'm into hip hop, yeah, and I like big trees. It was when they were doing the shows where they go around and visit everyone's fucking groves, all the old timers and the fucking whatever, and big Soil King, and so I was like, yeah, that's my, if that ever went fucking green where I am, yeah. That's what I'm going to be doing for sure. I'm going to have some Mendo style fucking trees fucking somewhere. And then I got onto Brown Guy. And I started really panicking because something clicked with Paul and me. And fucking, I was really interested in this no-till because, I'm all about saving the fucking money. I ain't a well-off person. I ain't got a trust fund or anything like that. So I'm watching Brown Guy, and he's saying, if you've got any questions, you just shoot me an email stuff. I'm like, cool. And actually I didn't even expect a response from him. And I'm asking him about how to grow mycelium because and I'm picking up all his ideas and stuff, and he's like telling me he's getting these ideas from, like clackamus cute with his soil mix and things like that. And all these things are just, burning, because I'm now not on the fluoride, I can retain all this information or just have this sort of like recall of shit and just remember it. So, I'm watching Brown Guy. I'm really getting into that. I'm learning this shit. He's fucking talking to me, and I'm like, wow, fanboy. Yeah. I'm like, so fanboy now. He's at fucking Brown Guy 420. He's actually talking to me. He's, like his buddy with fucking stuff. But yeah, so that's sort of like the interaction part. So I can now get an answer instantly if I ask them a question correctly in a nice way, and I'm it's about the way you come across sometimes, and you put yourself forwards and stuff, is to whether you get a response out of some people or not, because some people will just be like, just read the first couple of words and be like, yeah, right, fuck off, or even just delete it. But maybe it's just the type of character he is, and he answers every fucking body. But I would imagine something catches their eye because they're probably getting bombarded with loads of shit, and they just answer it or whatever. And, like you triggered them to answer you. And I think it was probably because I wanted him to teach me, and that was the master mentor sort of mentality thing that I think he's got. He comes across as he wants to teach, and I was there to fucking learn, and that was cool. And and I watched the Joshua Steensland, and I've got into all this no-till living soil shit, and obviously I'll come across the clackamus cute on the Fumidor because he's like a resident on there, and I take a bit of what he says, but you can, what he says is it sort of repeats, so you can sort of watch him a couple of times, and then you've got all his information. You got everything, all the little gems that I need, should I say, and then he keeps repeating the gems, over the last couple of years or whatever. I've is just on repeat mode. That's probably his age. Going there, and I'll probably do this. I'm getting a bit that way soon, so I'll repeat myself lots and forget what I'm saying. Yeah, brown guy learning to grow no-till. Yeah, so I've started it. Oh, and Mr. Minnesota Nice. Yeah, because
still working on that, dude. Yeah, he's very elusive, but through my Mendo connection there, I'm still very hopeful.
he was the one that really got me into like the teas and the dry amendments and just seeing that grow. I had some organic bits and bobs, yeah. But when I see his living soil with just alive, he just scooped a little bit of the soil back, and it was just teeming with fucking stuff moving about, yeah, fucking cover crop, and he's explaining all, and I'm just absorbing it. I've gone and reproduced it. Fuck it, I'm biting the bullet. Yeah, it's a little bit expensive to set it up. I'm just going to do a couple of pots or whatever, probably 7 to 10 gallon little fabric pots, setting them up. And I've got some fairly good results. And I've just been on this learning business. When I stopped drinking the fluoride, I started getting into my medical stuff. So I spent about 10 or 15 years doing pretty much understanding how the human body works, how we take in food, how we process that food into fucking energy. We can break that shit down into fucking its basic components and compounds, and we synthesize that fucking shit into fucking stuff that fucking we then fucking use, then gets broken down and fucking blah. So I spent a whole fucking long time learning that shit. Then I learned how to enhance that shit naturally with food, whole food, organic food. So fucking supplements. I started looking at fucking organic supplements that have the highest bioavailability, because when you look into, because all this stuff is fucking, this fake shit everywhere. Fucking, you're being sold fucking potions and lies, and you got to do your fucking research and your fucking study and find out where it's all coming from and everything else. Is to, yeah. And I applied that similar information into my living soil and the plants, because the two are pretty much one and the same. We have to use energy to convert our food and to synthesize that and to grow and to do repairs and fucking and whatever. And so do the plants, exactly the fucking same. They have a microbiome, and all these things, like a lot of the supplements I've acquired over the years, have been experimented on my plants. If it's organic and it's a whole food, pretty much that's safe to go in my shit. I've got a worm bin that's like, it looks like a beehive, and so I've got 4 trays in it, and I'll just throw anything that like just gone out of date, like something. I'll have things like noni fruit. I don't know. I think it's called vomit fruit, maybe, or you wouldn't want to eat it. Yeah, but because I've got this collagen deficiency or mutation, so they tell me. Yeah, they tell me when I try and make collagen, it's defective. It doesn't make proper collagen. So apparently, nolly fruit is a precursor. It's got a compound in it that's a precursor to a type of collagen, but it's an exotic compound that's only found in nolly fruit. So this is what I've spent a lot of, because the medical people are telling me they can't fucking fix me because they're potions and fucking shit. They don't know what they're doing with them. Yeah. And I've done all this research and fucking studying how the fucking body works. And I'm like, well, if I need fucking my collagen's fucked, why don't I look at collagen supplements? Yeah. And then you look at collagen supplements and you realize, well, actually, you can't just take collagen. Well, you can, and people do. Yeah. But your body's then got to break that down and spend the energy converting that fucking shit back to collagen again. Yeah. And like when you got, so I was more interested in different ways you could make collagen other than the fucking standard fucking way. Yeah. Like you can get a lot of stuff from chicken and meat and things like that from animal products. But I'm looking at plants. Yeah, I want a natural whole food collagen supplement. Yeah. So the precursor, it hasn't got to break that down. It's bioavailable and it will slap that shit if my body's going to, yeah, it will utilize that without having to expend energy in doing so. So I look at plants as the same way. Yeah. Why do I want to give them nitrogen fucking fertilizers when I can give them amino acids? You know, just the same as myself. If I, why do I want to eat fucking tons of meat when I can just take some fucking protein, fucking and some aminos, yeah, and help the whole sort of like bodybuilding. Yeah, it's what a bodybuilder would do to build body. So if you're falling apart and you're struggling and stuff like that, you want to get maximum results. You need to learn how the processes work, which they have done. Yeah, there's fucking some pretty intelligent people, these bodybuilders, and hacking their bodies. Yeah, and understanding how metabolisms and things like this work. So you can take some of that shit from their information and their research and stuff. And like, oh, protein synthesizing. Yeah. Well, we all want to synthesize protein a little bit more. So you get your branched chain amino acids. There's no reason why they're not going to work in your plant to synthesize more protein. Yeah. And upregulate. Because we're doing all these, I don't know exactly, but I would imagine so. Yeah. There are all these little fucking supplements that we tend to use that I've caught little talks on like the Future Cannabis Project, and they got that intelligent dude on there. I say intelligent because he's that Nick. I don't know, but he talks about all these exotic compounds and components and everything else. And that was the shit I really got into, and I'm still into that. How can we go from just taking away the energy consumption of a plant, yeah, to essentially maximize its output. Yeah. So it's like putting octane fuel in a car. Yeah. It's going to rev a little bit harder. The engine's going to run faster. You're obviously going to get better results. People say, people are talking about, organic being but better than cocoa. But then you got the results with cocoa. But I'm pretty sure we could achieve the same results. Yeah. Because that's all the salts are doing. Yeah. You're skipping that process of breaking the stuff down. When you got organics, you need the microbes. Yeah. Organics does not work without the fucking microbes. You're just, if you've got fucking a stale soil, no matter what fucking whatever, you just get shit results. You put some fucking microbes in there, it comes to life. So, synthetics, you don't need that fucking process. So, instantly, that's their gain. In a way, they gain because their engines rev harder because they haven't got to spend that time breaking and converting all that shit down into stuff that they can use. So my idea of the organics, yeah, whatever you want to call this shit nowadays, yeah, you know, because what is really organic, yeah, plant-based. That's what I want to get at, yeah. It's not stuff that's been mined, yeah. Plant-based stuff that's been grown, not from a rock or fucking whatever. You know, that's where I draw the line between, because we can get stuff, nutrients they call organic, just fucking basically just from a fucking rock, yeah. But that's not, in my eyes, that's not what I call organics. But some people will, like Omri, you can get Omri listing and all that sort of fucking shit with rock mined materials. It's I think maybe it's, the technical term might be vegan, because there is this, I've noticed on the market now, they're trying to, there's a vegan market coming out for plants. But I honestly think this is where we should be at. We shouldn't be using animals, yeah. We shouldn't be using fucking stuff. We should be using stuff that we can grow, that Mother Nature has given us. Yeah, everything's provided for us, really. We don't have to take some life away from something or fucking destroy the environment, yeah, to attain the goals. And my goal is to get fucking shit into my plants with as less hassle as possible for the plant to do, less work. The less work I can get my plant to do organically, naturally, bioavailability is what I try and do. Yeah, I've got the worms, you know, and I compost directly in my pots, and I have my worm bin, and I get all my nutrients and everything, and I still use powdered, blended nutrients, but that's only because I'm still a little bit scared in the process, as I haven't got the ability. Like, I watch Smiley and I see his stuff, and I'm like, I want to grow up and be like Smiley, you know. Where you guys are, you're fortunate. You can get access to things like soil testing, you know. You can get all these reports and things like that. And for someone like myself, you know, just even the cost of something like that, I don't even got a clue what that is, what that would be. But instead of, I'm having to, my theory is, if I just provide enough or more than enough, and the plants just take what they want, I don't run it. Maybe what I use doesn't cause any issues with burning, you know. I don't have any problem. I seem to grow all right. I just throw it fucking all in there pretty much. Yeah. I'm a bit of a, I'm not fucking scientific in my approaches. I am as to what my amendments and inputs are. I know what they are, but when and how it all goes in. You know, and I've got a couple of little things, you know, like when you flip, you know, obviously you're gonna fucking do a little top dress, something geared towards flowering, you know, just common sense things, you know, like basic stuff. Brain fart. Sorry, mate. Yeah. Yeah, so that's where I'm at. It's trying to get the plants to take in as much. So I like foliar feeding. It's a fuck amazing. It really is. You can see the results instantly, pretty much. I do like a good foliar with some amino acids in veg. Obviously, I don't spray nothing during flower, but yeah, this no-till thing, it's not like a lifestyle. for me, with the bugs, because that's where my love is at the minute, is with the bugs and the insects, and because I spent so much time, because I had to battle. When you go organic, you have to learn really quickly how to deal with pest pressure, thrips, fucking spider mites, right? I'm not going to fucking mention some because I don't want to get them. But thrips are battled for fucking years. I've got a clean room at the minute without fucking not. I haven't seen any thrip damage, but normally I have them hanging around on the lowers. But I think I've totally went overkill on my predatory mites. So yeah, but that's where my love is understanding, is the process. That's what it is. I like to know how shit works. And then maybe that's what my problem with, I don't fit in with everything because I see how it works and it's not right, it's not correct in my eyes. Each to their own. But, yeah. Organics.
Organics is a problem. It's again kind of to that recipe for recovery there through growing there. Organics, man, when I dipped down that road, it kind of made me see things differently. How the microbes that you already were talking about, same microbes in our gut, both good and bad, how we use nutrients just like a plant. It's always made me wonder why we don't necessarily take the same approach with us that we do with plants. You know what I mean? Why does the doctor, why is it his first, that script versus, taking proper analysis of us and going, well, it's as simple as you need a little bit of nitrogen, put some kombucha in there, kickstart the microbes in your gut, you know what I mean? Versus the constant just push for prescription drugs. And I know that sad answer that, and that's because they're sending representatives to those doctors' office going, we'll give you a free trip if you just put out a couple of these scripts. You know what I mean? They're making other above and beyond by writing that script. And as soon as they write that script, that's just another charge. Every paper, charge. And then building communications, better communications or better bridge with the pharmaceutical market.
Yeah. Yeah, getting back to like the microbes, and like I said, it's a lifestyle. That's I dropped all the medical stuff and I've given up on that, Eagle, and I'm just putting faith. And I have this thing now where I just think to myself, I'm all right. I'm all right. I got fucking food. I got light. I got weed. I'm all right. Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, I'm sitting here aching and I've got issues. But if I think about it, it becomes a problem. It becomes an issue for me. If I'm not thinking about it, it's not a problem. And it is sort of a bit of, out of sight, out of mind. Yeah, sort of mentality with my medical condition now. Yeah, I've let it go. It'll be what it'll be. If shit fucking happens bad to me, it's fucking. Although I have got PTSD, and I will run away from a doctor now in fear. Is if I get ill now, I will not go to a doctor, especially during this COVID shit. Because I'm like, if you go to a doctor, in my mind, yeah, they're gonna fucking give you COVID. That's what I was fucking thinking. Yeah, you go to hospital, you're fucked. They're gonna fucking give you some shit. Yeah, they're gonna try and fucking make you sign some fucking non-resuscitation fucking shit. Put
No,
you on
don't
a
don't be a donor. That's what I had think on that subject there. That's a signing that the donor form there is almost a death warrant, in my opinion.
So I've got PTSD with it now, even with the dentist. I'm the same with the dentist. I won't go to the dentist. I've pretty much lost all my top teeth. I've got 4 teeth. I've got all my bottom teeth, but for some reason, my top set has just been robbed of calcium and because of the collagen and loose teeth. So they were used to be wobbly and shit. I was prone to getting abscesses and stuff like that. So I was always, as a young man, I was always going to the dentist, having to take antibiotics, fucking getting a fucking filling or whatever. And it was painful for me. And the last time I actually went to a dentist to have my wisdom teeth, it was to have my wisdom tooth taken out. She gave me an injection in my mouth, and I started fading out, just the same as when the doctor was sucking the shit from my neck. Yeah, I started vomiting in the dentist chair, and I'm looking, because you got that spit bowl next to you and everything. I'm looking to be sick in that, in that little fucking where the water fountain is and everything. And she started screaming at me. She said, "You can't be sick. You cannot be sick in here." She said, "I'm going to put that on your records that you're a sicker." Right? And she's pushed me back and laid the chair back, like the dentist chair. She's laid me back and started reclining me. And I'm being sick, like choking on my own fucking vomit, mate. And she's screaming at me, this dentist. I just see red. I'll fucking get up, mate. I'll fucking jump out of this chair. There's fucking needles hanging out of my mouth. Yeah, she's pushing it against my bone inside my mouth, and she's pushing my head. Yeah, my head's moving because she's pushing it with the needle. Yeah, against my fucking bone. And I fucking pull it out. I call her a stupid cunt. I said, "Yeah, fuck you fucking work in a dentist, yeah." Fucking, I just threw the dentist door open into the waiting room. The door fucking almost come off its fucking hinges. I got all this blood and my mouth all now blowing up because all this fucking needle, all the fucking lignocaines all fucking all over my face. And fucking, it's all coming out, all dribbling down me. I walked through this waiting room going, "You're a fucking bitch." Yeah, that made the right fucking scene. And yeah, but I swear down, mate. She that was like she tried to kill me. Tried to choke me on my own fucking vomit.
Oh,
So I've had quite a few experiences like that with these medical people. Another one, I had a nerve conduction study done, or an electric nerve conduction study. They just put needles in me all up my body, yeah, and put these electrodes on me and electrocuted me and fucking read the results on a little fucking machine, like electric shock treatment. And mate, I was screaming like a little girl. Seriously. And when I was sat in the waiting room, I could hear this woman screaming. This is in the neurology department of the hospital. And I could hear this woman screaming. I was like, "Oh, she's got a broken limb or something like that. Yeah, or she's given birth." Yeah. And then she comes out, and I'm like, "Poor woman." Yeah, she's like hobbling away. And then they come out and they call me. I'm like, oh no, I'm going in the same fucking room. And yeah, they got 3/4 of the way, the same thing there. Got 3/4 of the way through that. Got to a point where I can feel my brain. You know, like when you feel a TENS machine, or not TENS, like when you get them electric muscle machines and they just flex your muscles. Yeah. Well, that was what this feeling was. Yeah. It started all the way down from the foot and they went all the way up one side of my body. Yeah. And each time I was getting a new fucking sort of like pinching feeling, like muscle flexing. But at some point in time, they were sticking this in my leg. And they pulled through a deep nerve inside my leg. And they fucking stopped me. My brain twitched. My fucking brain inside my head twitched. No, I'm fucking done it twice. I'm starting to be sick and everything. And I sweated out. I got off the fucking table. I fucking took the sweat's just pouring off me. I'm lying on the floor because it's cold. And the doctor said to me, come on, you've done ever so well. I was screaming as well as he was doing it. He said, come on, you've done ever so well. You only got 2 more left. I'm like, no, mate, that's done. We're over. You had nothing else. He said, come on. And he's touching me. He's put his hand on my shoulder because I'm on the floor. He's leaned down and put his hand on me. I turned around and looked at him. Take your fucking hand off me because I'm going to fucking kill you. Yeah. It got me to that point. Yeah. I was ready to fight. Yeah. You're not fucking touching me. Whatever you done. And from that point onwards, I've occasionally felt that feeling on my brain twitch. Yeah, and that ain't fucking nice. And it's like I've looked into it and stuff, and it's a similar feeling what people have when they get MS. Yeah, it feels like their brain has a spasm, you know, like a fucking defibrillates inside their head. Yeah, something fucking going on. I'm sure maybe they're fucking they've given MS to people. Maybe they tried to trigger me with MS.
I wouldn't doubt that.
It wouldn't surprise me. But yeah, like I said, I ran away from these fucking doctors and shit. And I left all that shit behind. Studied, put all my time and effort, left all that and put it all into organics and bugs and microbes and stuff. Then I sort of moved on from so I think, well, I'm constantly sort of like learning stuff and doing new stuff all the time. I'm more interested in I want to create something now. That's where I'm at the moment. Is like yourself, you've done the DOA project, you've made some beans, you know. Well, I've made seeds in the past, you know. I made fucking thousands of fucking seeds, but did I mean to? You know. But now I actually want to actually create something, you know, and it's not a fact of, oh, look at this amazing thing, brownie points, ego fucking thing. It's not that at all. The only reason I want to create something is I want to fill up fucking jars full of seeds. Because if my access is ever fucking revoked and I can't get no seeds anywhere, yeah, at least I've got mine. That's the only reason really why I want to create seeds. Yeah, I'll give them away. I'll give them away to people. I don't want to sell them. You know, if you're UK or whatever, and I've made some seeds, fucking hit me up. I'll just send them to you fucking off my own back. Like I said to you as well with this DOA thing, if anyone from the UK or whatever is interested in doing the DOA and Eagle's that way inclined, I'm quite happy if Eagle wants to use me as a distribution place for the UK and Ireland and whatever, because I've got access to free postage. So, you know, it don't cost me anything apart from my time. And I'll quite happily give my time to something that's worthy.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome.
Yeah. But, you know, that's where I'm at. I want to create something. I want to have something I can say is mine. Yeah, because at the minute I'm just going everyone else's stuff. We should be doing our own stuff. Yeah, we are all creators. You know, we need to instead of we need to be more self-sufficient on everything. Everything first, and knowledge is where it's at. Yeah, is fucking learn for yourself, experience it for yourself. I mean, I love it. I'm just even fucking male plants. You know, normally that would stress me out, but where I'm at in a minute, I'm loving it. Give me male plants, please. I'll just stick a bag over the top of it. It's not a problem anymore. You know, we can deal with that. I've got the knowledge. I've acquired the knowledge. Or I think I have anyway. Yeah, time will tell.
Sounds like you got a pretty good handle on things, I would say. Uh, Chad has said all night long that they believe you're spot on most of your beliefs.
Well, unlike most people, I'll spend a lot of time. I've got a lot of free time. Being disabled or not working since I was 35. I'm now coming up to 50. Yeah. So that's fucking a long time of being without a job, not without a purpose. Because if you ain't got a purpose, you're dead. You know, that's I let myself down. I find I let myself down a lot of the time, and I'm still learning. I'm still young in my wisdom of. I'm old, and I've got a bit of wisdom, but I'm still conditioned into, if I was brought up differently and around different people and knowing what I know now, yeah, like say my parents knew what I knew and brought me up, maybe I wouldn't be letting myself down so much now. It's just I'm playing catch up. Like I say, because I spent 20 years maybe or not self-medicate or fucking brain dead zombie on the fucking pharmaceuticals. Yeah. I was playing catch up there as well. Yeah. And I still am. And maybe, like I've when people say about this people have got this awakening feeling, the veil's been lifted and things like that, and the woke. I put that down. Maybe that is, I felt like at some point I put it down to the not drinking the fucking fluoride in the water and stuff, yeah. But something switched in me, and I'm like, I can do better. My will came back, my self-respect, my worth, and I could see maybe near-death experience. I've had a few of them. Maybe all these sort of things, and you put things in what's really important in life. And I never really have been into material things. Yeah, fuck me. Everyone would love to win the lottery and fucking have loads of money and make their life cushy, but is it really, you know? I don't
Chances
care.
are most people that hit the lotto would be back in the same situation, if not worse. Jim Rohn, one of my favorite mentors, said, if you were gonna hit the lotto, you best learn to be a millionaire awful quick. Otherwise, you're gonna be, just like I said, back in the same boat because you don't know how to manage it. You don't know how to keep it. You don't know what it took to get it, decisions in most cases when lottery is involved.
What I find is my aim is at certain times in the day, not every day. They're few and far between. But I have these people would maybe a doctor or the mental health people might describe me as manic depressive. I get silly, hyper high, childlike, yeah, and I'm on that fucking energy and I'm on that vibe and I'm flowing and everything's fucking happy. I'm manifesting, or I think I'm manifesting stuff. I'm connecting with everything that's a fucking around me. Yeah, because I'm in that zone. That is where I try and be in that fucking zone. And sometimes there is you've just got to put yourself there. Yeah, just even if it's just something simple like put a smile on your face. Yeah, and you sit there and you smile for long enough. Yeah, your body will realise that you're having a good time, and you'll start buzzing, and and, and your reality. You can change your reality just in your mental state, whether you're fucking sad or happy. You know, I notice when I'm vibing and I'm happy, and I love to fucking just show people sometimes. Yeah, I'm fucking buzzing. Yeah, I just wish you could all fucking feel like I'd fucking do right now. Yeah, I wish I could just stick you or fucking send you a little fucking. I do. I try and push this out, this positive fucking stuff, and because at some point in time, I used to think I can fucking communicate to people. I'm feeling, like we are all connected in this fucking weird sort of way. It's like, it's like you're a reflection of me. And I'm a reflection of you in another way. And we've probably got lots of, and you can find the same with other people. Yeah. We're all, and if you really put enough thought and thinking into it and you're vibing and you're actually thinking to that person, not thinking of that person, but thinking to that person. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that they'll be fucking feeling something. Whether they repeat it, whether they can have the ability to think and they're in a situation where they can receive what you're fucking sending. But I'm pretty sure, it's like you can know sometimes, oh, I need to speak to that person. Next thing you know, yeah, your phone will ring. And who the fuck is it? It's because this is what I describe as manifesting. Yeah. Or what people describe as manifesting is when you're connected to the hologram, the matrix, yeah, your central nervous system, as it's been described to me by one Archaics on YouTube, I listen to him a little bit, and I'm taking on some of his stuff. Our central nervous system is like a filter. We can only see and feel and experience a small part of what we know is here. Yeah, because our central nervous system filters that out. Yeah, everything it filters fucking stuff for us. Yeah, and it so it's why we have to have this equipment to see, so like wavelengths and radiations and radio waves, and there's all this shit that we can't fucking see, and that's our central nervous system. That's we've been designed to experience this, whatever it is, in a certain fucking specific fucking way. And yes, I don't even know where I was going. I've just gone on a brain fart. Then I'll pick it up in a second. Give me a question, Eagle.
Knock it off. Let's see here. I guess what is next with your cannabis? What is your favorite way to ingest cannabis? Are you a flower man or do you prefer dabs?
No, I don't do dabs. Fuck that. Yeah, what you want? That's just silly, isn't it? it's, as far as I'm concerned, it's just silly. Yeah, I like to consume my cat. Maybe it's because I come from a person that can't afford. Yeah, so the way I look at it is like people can make really big. I use tobacco. I smoke tobacco with my weed constantly. Yeah, and I get just as stoned off my tobacco joint. Yeah, than I do off a blunt. But the difference is I use twice as much weed in the blunt. And I'm also exhaling twice as much smoke. you when I was this, I like to get my money's worth. I don't like to exhale. Yeah. So, what's the why you can, so you can only take in so much in one time. You can only process so much in one fucking hit. So I'm like, I maintain a level, and I pretty much just maintain a level pretty much constantly. Sometimes I might feel a bit, a bit faded. What we call a bit. I might have a whitey because I might have been up for 24 hours or maybe even 36 hours, just constantly smoking and on the coffee. I'm getting a little bit, I should just go and get some sleep for a couple of hours. But yeah, but I like hash because it's what I grew up on, and I'm chasing that too. If you can bring me some mirror press, I'll buy it off you tomorrow. I might buy it off you now. Yeah. I like red seal. I like squidgy. I like double zero. I like different types of hash. I don't really like the blondes too much, and I don't like the Moroccans. I suppose I like the dark, aged. It's different now. That bubble hash is close enough or to what we used to call squidgy. If you get the right strain, and it's a nice soft black hash if you work it enough. And that's what I like. I like a nice black hash. But I can't get it because no one makes it. No one imports it anymore because all the terrorism fucking cunts made that shit hard. Yeah. So we can't get that anymore because all the illegal immigrants. So then they search them, everything's just been ramped up on the fucking borders. Yeah. So getting imported hash from Afghanistan and stuff like we used to, we don't get anymore. You know, us, when I was growing up, everything, was fucking what we call Afghani black, or fucking rocky brown. It's all smuggled in. It still is. A lot of it still is smuggled in. We get it up now from Spain and Portugal via North Africa and Morocco. Yeah, and it still comes. It still does that trip, but it's shit. It really is. Something's something's gone on with the quality of it. Whether it gets fucking adjusted, where by the time it fucking gets here, I don't fucking know. We used to get this stuff called soap bar, which used to come in from Holland as well back in the day. And when the soap bar first came to the UK, that was fucking lovely. We used to get these 9-ounce bars, or eight and three quarters. We rarely got a 9-ounce bar, but 8 3/4 ounce bars. And fucking, it was nice, stinky hash, sticky, oily, resinous hash. Then at some point, they done a switcheroo on us and started sending this what they called soap bar still, yeah, but it was repressed and it had all bits of plastic and fucking, it was contaminated, yeah, it was just just bad. It's like they took fucking shit hash, yeah, and tried mixing it with good hash to try and make some good out of some bad, and it was just turned it all bad. So yeah, and that went that, and then that became a thing. Now you can pick up this shit hash, yeah, which is everywhere. It's people, people that don't know no better, probably still buying this shit for, 50 pound an ounce maybe or whatever. But you could probably buy that same 9 ounce bar of soap bar for like 200 quid. It's yeah, it's just not very fucking nice. It's like it's got a lot of henna and stuff. What they used to, or I don't know whether they still do. I won't smoke it no more. But flour is where I'm at.
Do you think that's when, because of like McDonald's or like whatever kind of mentality there, that, they were like, oh, you don't necessarily want to pay the steeper price, so we'll just kind of make it a little cheaper. We'll add a little bit of this and a little of that, but you can still have your 99-cent burger. You know what I mean? You think that's kind of what's happened with it?
Drug dealer mentality. That's what it got. Just the same as they used to spray fucking like like the grit you get for sandblasting. I used to put that on the fucking weed, yeah, because it looked like trichomes and stuff. Until you put it in your grinder, it destroys your grinders. You know, we get all sorts of. They do this shit. People get fucking bud, mate. Here, yeah, and it's too dry. So they fucking wet it. They fucking spray the shit with fucking water, and then they put it in a sealed fucking bag. And then some of them are like so stupid. They're like, don't even open the bags or what, you know. And, they just got a bag of mold. But fucking yeah, this just I call that black market, because this is where you're a little bit fortunate in it where you are, because you have rules and almost like we have in the food industry. There's some standards, yeah. But you're on black market, you ain't got no chance of any fucking quality control. So it's all faith. It's a lot of faith, and because it's black market, a lot of deals are done. See, a lot of people get ripped off. They buy a big consignment, yeah, because they're just money people. They're not from the industry, They're not from the community, yeah, because they probably never even smoked in their lifetime, yeah. So it's easy for them to get the wool pulled over their eyes because they don't know what a good product from a bad product is. And there's a lot of this shit. So then you'll find some cunt, yeah, has realised, oh, I've got all this shit, I need to unload it, yeah. So you'll have all these other fucking chances that, like, thinking they're getting a fucking good deal because he's selling it for next to nothing or whatever. Yeah, it's just like, yeah, just I call it drug dealing mentality. But it's industry, whatever, greed. That's the root of it, greed. It's an ugly thing that men, as people have, is it greed. I think it's one of the sins. I don't like it. It's ugly. It's like I don't like fucking greed. It's another thing I've always been there. I don't like the commercial system of things because I see it as a lot of greed. Why am I going to work for you and make you money? Yeah. How much profit are you making? And how much are you going to pay me? It seems to me you're a little bit greedy. Yeah. Yes.
It happens very quickly in the industry, from what I've seen. I've seen people with the best intentions, quickly turn to the greed side once they see that they can make some money in the field. But most, I find, at least if they come to the community side of things and have been able to, live the dream and make it that far. I've seen stay true, but there's a lot of chameleons out there for sure.
Yeah. Well, it it's it's the problem when you want to play with others. Yeah. The only person you can really rely on is yourself, to be true and honest. And that's one thing this is one of my points. Yeah, is I rub people up the wrong way a lot of the time because I'm a bit blunt and I'm honest. I call a spade and whatever. I won't sugarcoat stuff just to make someone feel better. You're better off just telling the truth, even though it might just the same lesson as I tell my fucking kids. You probably told your kids. Doesn't matter what you've done, just tell me the truth. We can work it out. Yeah, it's trying not to attach too much emotion to stuff. And this industry is going to rob all that from you. It feeds on. It needs people to support it. Yeah, it is like it's eating and consuming almost, and it's your values and your self-respect and your morals, yeah, that you have to sacrifice to partake in that industry or in that community. And that I won't, my morals are fucking strong and righteous. And I do, I do come across as being a bit righteous sometimes, but I think sometimes I can be because I do live a life. I don't fucking take advantage of fucking no one. I realise the position fucking I'm in as a man, and that's no better than fucking anybody else. Yeah, I'm not fucking special or anything. Yeah, but I do fucking consider fucking morals and fucking self-respect and character as the things that have value and time. Yeah, your time is the most valuable thing that you can fucking give. And when you put all this shit into perspective, life can be very fucking different. I'm not a fucking slave. I don't have to fucking. I ain't got no obligations to be at no fucking job at any fucking time. Yeah, nobody. I don't answer to nobody but me. And that's where I sat outside my fucking backyard earlier with my boy, my grandson, his girlfriend. Well, not my grandson's girlfriend. He's pretty young. My son's girlfriend. And we're just sitting there. I've got a barbecue going, I've got a fire going. We're just sitting there listening to music, smoking bifters, just being happy, just doing what we want to do when we want to do it. Yeah, we're not bothering anybody else. That's life. That's where it's fucking at. It fucking everything else is irrelevant. Nothing else mattered to me when I was out there at that point in time. I didn't care about anything else. And that's what I try. Sorry, that's what I try and achieve now. Is this my family unit? Not because my mum, my dad, and they're different. But I mean, me, my wife, my children, and their children, and their partners. Yeah, is all that's my world, and my dogs. And I got three. I just lost one this year.
Sorry.
That's all right. It was, I've had dogs in the past and I've lost them and it fucking broke my heart and it killed me and it was the hardest thing I've ever had to do was take my dog to the vets and have it put down. But This time, my dog was old, it lived a good life, and it died in my arms, mate. Yeah, at home. And it was so peaceful and lovely that I said to her that she was a good girl and it was okay for her to go. Well, we knew she was dying. And I said to her that she could fucking go, mate, and she went. And it was such a different experience, yeah, of having your dog die in your arms at home, yeah, naturally, and to go and having your pet put down because it's sick. Yeah, done both. The last time I was blessed. The universe, sorry, fuck.
Sorry, bro.
I don't know where it came from. Oh, mate.
Sorry, brother. Let it out.
The universe blessed me with that moment. Oh, mate, I fucking, that struck a chord, it did.
A reminder of all the good times, my friend, how strong they were.
Yeah. Oh, okay, over that. Yeah, but yeah, that's what I care about now. You know, realizing what's important, what's not important. Don't don't sweat the little shit because it don't mean anything. You know, turn bad situations into good situations, making positives out of bads or negatives. And if you can pass that on to other people, and yeah, more power to you for that. That's excellent. And you do that. I can see you do that. And I've come across a few people in the community here that do that, that just emit this fucking stuff, this positiveness that just passes on and emanates from the martial artists. I'm going to call you out. Yeah, you're one of those people that just goes beyond to what I would do. Yeah.
I spoke highly of him tonight, to be honest with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good dude. A lot of great people in this community that, I say that time and time again, man. Some of the best people I've ever met throughout my journey, I've been blessed enough to meet here in the cannabis community. For sure. And you mentioned earlier, you say to yourself a little bit because you tend to ruffle feathers or, piss people off. But if you go back through and watch the show and read the comments and the reactions to everything you've said tonight, you have more people on your side than you could possibly think. You know what I mean? Everybody tonight has agreed that most of the things you've said are spot on. We agree.
That's because that's community, mate. Yeah. And this community is special in itself. Straight up. That's why I'm here. That's why I haven't done no other fucking shows, lives and fucking stuff like that. I've had opportunities and stuff. No, this is the place I want to be. This is what I call my home. Yeah, in the community. And I think a lot of us we all feel that way. We all gather together outside your realm, yeah. But we come together in your realm, yeah. It is weird, and we find each other in other places. I mean, this community is fucking something else. It is special, mate, and you don't find that in life, not really, where people are just so accepting of other people because they know they have to be accepted themselves, and they can, like I said, I see a little bit of everyone in myself, and I suppose everyone else can see a little bit of myself in them. It's it is it's almost spiritual connection. Maybe it is this fucking this the program. Maybe it is just all fucking, it's just fucking with us all. But no, there's something fucking, there's something about it. I think we're just attracted to each other. Not in a, like a electromagnetic sort of way. Not as in a physical love attraction, a pull. We raise it, or we gravitate towards each other.
I think it's that vibe that you spoke of earlier. I think we're all on a related frequency that draws together. A sound moves, I think a lot of the older structures, the pyramids and stuff like that, were moved by sound, or just the impact of a crowd being together and chanting. Have you ever been in like a drum circle or just in a mass chant? That the power of the vibration of the words being said, super powerful, super powerful.
I'm a little bit. I'm a crowd avoider. I don't like crowds. Never have done. I'm a little bit, I suppose, empathetic. I can pick up on vibes and feelings, and a lot of the time is like I'm always, I've got that, I'm on edge, I'm on that uneasy feeling, and it's not me. There's I'm just picking that up, and some, some people as well, I've had to say, put distance between myself and them because they were going through a hard time, and I know it's, I want to be there for them, but the way they were coming at me for my help, I did help them, and I didn't, but I tried to, because that was making always being affected by their emotions, and it was bringing me down. Yeah. So, I find a lot of, I can pick up these vibes and feelings and stuff, and like when people are a bit hostile or a bit like people that drink and alcohol, don't like being around these people that much because of the vibe they put out. Yeah, it's an unpredictability, maybe. Yeah, is just like animals. They're the same. They react to their surroundings, and I think I'm a bit the same. You put me in a fucking in a room full of animals, I'll act like one. Yeah, and I don't want to. Yeah, but I'll be forced to act a way that I don't want to, just to survive, or to not, you know, not to stand out or to draw attention to myself. It's yeah. So I tend not to play these little fucking society games and fucking stuff, and I'll try and avoid it and stay away from it. And, yeah, bit of a, like I said, bit of a loner, really. I've got good friends and stuff, but nothing I would say, constant. Just I would call them acquaintances and stuff. Apart from my family, that's where it's at, mate. It's where I spend all my time, all my energy and effort, all my equity, my sweat, everything goes into my home and making everyone happy. If everyone else is happy, I'm happy. That's where.
True though. As far as like you mentioned earlier about like working for other people, difficulties working for other people. I think I throw myself into that bracket too. I've always had a hard time kind of working for other people. See flaws kind of like that you talked about in things that are being done, and they just I don't know, don't see eye to eye. But I've always managed to work for myself one way or another, and make things work. Uh, it's just it boils down to, and I think you will understand this pretty well, is if you're not planning for yourself for the future or your goal, somebody else is going to. Flat out. If you're not planning for yourself, somebody else is going to. And most people get stuck in the somebody else is planning your future, working for somebody else and getting stuck. You mentioned, longest job you've worked is 5 years. 5 years. And I thought, good for you. Good. You know what I mean? I've seen people start jobs in nearing the end of their life and they're still at that job. I find that to be fucking depressing. Like some of the people that I refer to, I look at like the one that comes to mind most quickly is somebody that I know that had worked in the shop. Some family member had got them into this in particular plant, and their sons worked in the plant. And I thought, holy shit, you've spent your whole life in that building. That whole, just that building right there. No, legacy, no, nothing. You know what I mean? And that just to me is depressing. It's sad, that, some people don't take chances and bet on themselves here and there versus just, taking the easy road, I guess.
Yeah, it depends on what you want. I suppose. Is people have expectations and ideas, and the problem is a lot of people's ideas and expectations aren't actually theirs. Yeah, it's just been that that they think that's what they should want because they've been told and shown so much that that's what they should do. It's so I can understand. I do feel sorry for these people that spend their whole lives putting all this effort and time into stuff that doesn't mean anything at the end of the day, and the government's going to take it all back anyway to look after you when you're dying. Yeah, to pay for your fucking care. You're going to take the shit. You can't leave it to your kids. They're going to take that back before that gets to any of them. They're going to tax the shit out of that. If you get anything left to leave your kids, then the government is still going to want their pound of that too. So I look at it like it's a mugs game. Yeah, working all your life, fucking putting your fucking money into fucking pensions and fucking shit like that, and fucking you can't take it with you. You're better off just spunking that money, yeah, and putting a smile on your face and enjoying it, yeah. And then when you get to your fucking deathbed and they show you your life back, at least a lot of the time you got a big fucking smile on your face. Yeah, that's That's really what it's all about. Or you just sat there for fucking 99% of your playback, miserable at fucking work, thinking, what the fuck am I doing here?
Right. I agree. I agree with that 100%. Most people, like we talked about, get stuck in that trap. You know what I mean? They spend their whole life trying to get that dollar, and they spend the second half of their life spending all those dollars just to stay healthy or try to be healthy when they could have took, a little bit better road and kept health in mind and gratitude and gratefulness. You know what I mean? The things that feed your soul, I should say. You know what I mean? Like you said, you can't take it with you, but the nice things that you do for people, that's your legacy. That's what lives on.
Oh, you live on in the mind of others. Yeah, for sure. And some, I'm pretty sure we probably will come back. We do get reincarnated, and we'll get probably wiped and, stuck back in another avatar. And sometimes I reckon some of this stuff comes through a little bit on your next go around. Yeah, your character. Yeah, like I'm probably sure that you're a different man now as to you were when you were 20, for sure. And your whole opinions and outlooks on everything has been shifted by your experience. So the next time you come round, yeah, maybe you'll have this underlying subconsciousness, yeah, that that taps into your previous experience. Yeah, like maybe when we dream and shit like that. Yeah, that's maybe where a lot of that shit comes from and stuff. I never really see myself. If I ever, I don't really dream that much at all. If I do, I'm normally trying to escape from something, run away, or some fucking crazy shit is fucking. I'm doing something that I don't want to be doing, like running over a crowd of people because I've just been playing GTA or something like that and jumped out of a car. So I have a random fucking dream of fucking jumping out of a car, going across the fucking River Thames on a bridge or something, just mowing down a black crowd of fucking people. And I'm like, why the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck am I doing? And I wake up. But yeah, generally I don't dream. I'm pretty sure just because I look at sleep. When I was a kid, I always had a few bad dreams. I don't know whether other people can relate to this, but when I was a kid, I had a few bad dreams and I went to a couple of places I didn't like. And never wanted to go back there again. And it only happened when I went to a dream, and it was a reoccurring one, and it's a horrible place. And fucking, it was horrible. It was like I was fucking trapped and could never fucking get out or never escape. It was like fucking prison. It was some sort of fucking weird making. And sorry, I'm just plugging my charger in. Yeah, that was weird. So I was so scared of going to sleep at night time that I subconsciously programmed myself not to sleep. So I'm an insomniac. I only sleep fractions, 4 hours is, and I'm pretty sure a lot of that comes from when I was just scared to go to sleep because sometimes I got took to somewhere I didn't like, and I get these feelings of being slammed back down on the bed. Like I was almost levitating. That's what it feels like. And and your whole body has this fucking like poof, and you feel like you just fucking fell out the fucking sky in your bed. Or as I'm going to sleep, I get this blinding flash, like someone's just switched the TV off, but it's in my head. Yeah, like it's just powered down. Like I'm aware that something. I see a flash of a flash, blind and white flash, and it almost scares me awake. Yeah, that happened, and I'm like, phew, didn't like that. Yeah. And I'll lie there, my heart will be going doo, 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 pounding away. Right. Oh. Yeah, so yeah, I don't really like fucking sleeping too much. Plus, I think it's a waste of time. I got things to be doing. Yeah, I don't want to be fucking sleeping all the time, do I?
Funny you say that is because I was just getting ready to tap out myself because I need some sleep, bro. I gotta actually be up in the morning to roof another roof, man. I've been running on the same schedule the last few nights, trying to juggle the 2 of the 4 hours sleep there. And it's a weird process when you get to that 4 or 5 hours of sleep, man. It can be a little bit trying on you there. But man, I actually at one point when I was doing the sleep deprivation, I was looking into like the binaural beats and power naps, man. Some binaural beats in like 20 minutes. It's amazing how you can reset your system.
Yeah, I have tried all these binaural beats and 432 hertz, 512. You know, I've tried all of these things. And meditation, maybe I find that not just being quiet. Trying not. I don't know whether you call it meditation. Just I call it grounding. There is just grounding myself, just sitting there, not doing nothing, like almost in a yoga position, and just think of nothing. Try and think of nothing, yeah, and that almost just sort of like pulls. If I'm feeling a bit, I don't know, bit down or whatever, that might bring me out of that. So a lot of the time is I find to change my perspective or my emotional state. It's just change whatever I'm doing. Go and do something else, and you'll have you know if you're fucking having a bit of a fucking shit time, feeling a bit, oof, not feeling too great, just stop. Whatever you're doing, just stop. Go and have a fucking break. Go and have a fucking walk in nature. Yeah, go and take the dog for a walk. Go and do anything. Yeah, just stop and do something else, and you'll probably come back to what you were doing, and it won't be so bad. You know, you just change your own. That's the power you can have, and you've got the power. You know, we give shit power. We give shit power all the time. You know, if we can stop allowing people to make us do stuff, react. If we stop reacting to everybody else, stop judging other people, stop giving a shit what other people are doing, and just concentrate on what you're doing, you'll have a fucking sweet time because there you go, you're already there. Nothing else matters.
Some great advice. That is some great advice. Well, brother, with that being said, I do have to tap out on you this evening. But I tell you what, this has been an amazing conversation, and I have had a lot of fun getting to know you. Yeah. So I'm 100% sure you know everything I'm getting ready to say here, but I'm gonna say it
I just
anyway.
need the episode number, mate. Tell me the episode number.
What's that? Oh, the episode number is 688.
All right. This is iceni special branch, and I'm fucking talking shit with Eagle Gardens live on YouTube. And this is where it's fucking at for sure. The best show on YouTube, hands down.
It means a lot, brother. Thank you so much. As you very much pointed out, time is the most valuable thing we have. And I appreciate your time, not only what you've given to the show, helping me provide another night for everybody else, but the time that you've hung out and participated in the show. Yeah, I say it night after night, man. I can't appreciate you. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you guys, your time, and that, you know what I mean? You got a lot of you guys have as much time into this as I do. You know how much weight that has with me to see you guys night after night, hanging out in chats and talking. It's the fuel that keeps this thing rolling, brother, for real. And I appreciate you very much. And hopefully you will keep that Zoom link handy and you'll come hang out in the Weed Nerd Worlds. You know, you've earned that right now. And hopefully you'll take me up on that. Come hang out
Oh,
anytime you'd like.
for sure. There's a few characters in there, you know, like well, I've been hanging out with a few anyway in another couple of platforms, but yeah, I can't wait. I'll join in at some point, probably when it's not so crowded, you know, because like I said, I'm a bit of a crowd avoider. Too many characters. I'm a little bit, you know. There you
Well,
go.
even with that being said, you could always just come hang out and smoke. You ain't gotta necessarily throw it out there, but you can be a box.
But whether I'm there live or not, you know, or in the weed nerd world, you know, I'm definitely in the chat and in the community for sure. And you know, this is my home, mate, and I'm always going to be about. You know, even if I disappear for a week or two, because occasionally I might do that, because sometimes I just gotta unplug for a little while.
Hey, I can respect that. Every so often, I unplug for a bit and come back. Shake it off and come back.
You know, we all do it. That's like there's a little bit of concern. You know, you copped a little bit of window that people were calling you left, right, and centre, and you know, I was privy to a lot of their conversations, and yeah, we're all fucking looking out for each other. It's amazing, mate. I really fucking love it.
And I tell that to a lot of people when I talk to, like, I was talking to a gentleman today. I heard an amazing story of, you know, his life. And he actually, hopefully, let me see if he's still in chat. I said, man, yeah, here he is, Shannon. Shannon, cheers to you, brother. It was an amazing story. I said, you know, the camaraderie you'll find when you're in the weed nerd world, you'll be very impressed by, you know, the people you meet and the way we treat each other. You know, we do treat each other with a respect here. And I'm very, very proud of not just this, but everybody that participates, man, for real. It's hard to put into words when I tell people, you know, talk about it. You know what I mean?
I'd like to say just quickly, you had a guest on here, Joe. You know, Mr. Controversial. What I gleaned from that episode is there's a lot of hostility that didn't need to be happening towards someone that just had some stories. And I was there to listen to the man's story, and I really appreciated that he took the time and I politics and everything aside, yeah, we shouldn't be fucking dissing people that come on here. Yeah, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, you shouldn't say it at all. That's all I've got to say on that matter. That you know, I've been in this community and I've watched a lot of episodes, and that was just a bit of an attack, all out attack by some people, and you should all know better.
I appreciate you throwing that out there. You know,
You might not say it. You might not
sometimes
say
I take a little bit of ridicule for not carrying a bigger hammer. You know what I mean? But
that's what Lynn said. You might not say it, but like I said, I'm a blunt ass motherfucker, and I'll tell it how it is. And it weren't nice.
I appreciate that. I really do. Well, with that being said, we do have to wrap up this episode, man. It's only to my greater good to get there early tomorrow. I can come and go as I please, but as it's going to be 96 and 80% humidity tomorrow, I think I want to check in a little early tomorrow before it gets hot. So again, thank you very much, brother. I've very, very much enjoyed this opportunity to get to know you. And I hope I get more chances to speak with you for real. So
We shall, mate. We shall. You know, I was a bit hesitant about doing it. I could have probably come on ages. I've been in the community for ages, but situations. I just picked up my big boy pants, put them on, and put my face where my mouth is.
hopefully in the end it was a good experience.
Yeah, it was, mate. Really was.
Right on.
Sorry, chat. I ain't spoken to anyone. I'm now looking up at the chat, but yeah, it's been sat there in front of me all night, but I haven't managed to look at it. But hello, everyone.
We've said a lot of good things about you tonight, my friend. That's for sure.
That's right. I've got broad shoulders, so don't matter even if there's bad.
Oh no, go back. I encourage you. Go back and look, man. They've had said a lot of good stuff. So
I'm surprised. I don't think I actually swore as much as maybe I thought I might have done. I hope I toned it down a bit.
It's all good. You know that here. You know you're good here. So
All right, I'm gonna let you go because you said that 3 times now.
with that being said, thank you guys very much for tuning into this gentleman's amazing story. And I can't thank you enough. Do not forget to do something nice for somebody. Random acts of kindness really do save lives. With that being said, one last thank you, iceni. We are